How's it going, everyone? Pop-Tart here, welcome back to the Aeroteam channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build the Boeing 767-300ER in 1.5:1 scale. The 767 is a wide-body long-haul airliner designed to supplement the narrow-body 757 family, which we also have a tutorial for. The two actually share a common flight deck, meaning that airlines can train pilots to operate both aircraft, eliminating the need to have more pilots with separate type ratings, a great appeal for airlines that helped with the family's success. Back to the aircraft here. Its initial variant was the 767-200, introduced in 1981. A stretched variant, the 300, added an extra 21 feet and up to 47 more passengers, for a total capacity of 261 in a two-class configuration, or even 290 in single class. The 767-300ER is the extended range variant, with a max operating range of almost 6,000 nautical miles. This is by far the most popular variant, with nearly 600 produced, and this is what we'll be building today. It sees its service most prominently today throughout the United States, with long-haul domestic and international service from Delta and United. Other operators include Condor from Germany, Japan Airways and ANA in Japan, Iceland Air out of Keflavik, and the LATAM Airlines Group in South America. So, as for the build itself here, as I mentioned, this is in 1.5:1 scale, meaning that every 1 meter in real life is equivalent to 1.5 blocks exactly. If you are building an airport project in this scale, this will be perfectly to scale with all of our other 1.5:1 aircraft on the channel. In terms of configurations, we have 3 different engine options we'll be working with today. The 300ER can be equipped with either the Pratt & Whitney PW4000, the General Electric CS6, or the Rolls-Royce RB211. Later in this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to build all 3 of these engines individually, depending on which your aircraft will be using. In addition, we also have all 3 exit door configurations that this aircraft has been delivered with. The first configuration is by far the most popular, with 2 overwing exits on each side. The second configuration features 2 larger emergency exit doors forward and aft of the wing, with no overwing exits. The third configuration still has the same forward door, but with a smaller single overwing exit instead of the aft door. I'll be showing you how to build the first configuration to start with, and then at the end of the tutorial I'll be showing you how to convert both the exterior and interior for both of the other configurations. Finally, I'll first be building the wings without the blended winglets, and then showing you how to add them in afterwards if you'd like. Most operators these days have exclusively winglet-fitted fleets, but the blended winglet was only introduced to the 767-300 in 2008, 20 years after its first flight, so many of these aircraft never even saw winglets in their lifetimes. As such, both options are available in this tutorial. So, with these 3 sets of options, engines, exit configurations, and winglets, it might be best to select ahead of time which you'd like to use for your aircraft. If you're looking to replicate a specific real-world aircraft to paint with a livery later, you can reference pictures and data to figure out which configuration it should use. Otherwise, if you're just building this for fun, pictures of the different configurations were shown with that overview, so you can have a look back at those to select which you find the most interesting or appealing. So, with all that covered, before we get started, as always, this build does make use of our very own custom Aeroteam texture pack. A download link to the latest version of this pack can be found in the description below if you don't have it already. Now, if you are stuck using the default pack, if you're following along on console or something, I will always do my best to show you how to go about building this in default, but please do keep in mind that I highly recommend using the Aeroteam pack instead if you can, as it'll look much better. Anyways, with that all out of the way, let's get going on this tutorial. Alright, so first things first, here's some dimensions for you to help you figure out where you want to put this. This aircraft is 82 blocks long, 77 blocks across with the winglets, or 71 blocks across without winglets, and 23 blocks tall. So just keep that all in mind as you're getting started. As for materials, here in the Aeroteam pack we're using the wool material, coupled with the purpose stairs and slabs for the smooth and shiny white coloration for the aircraft. If you're building this in default, you'll probably want to use smooth quartz instead as an alternative, so just use that instead whenever I'm building. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'll be referring to these as the wool stairs and slabs, but again, that's the purpose stairs and slabs here in the Aeroteam pack. Anyways, with that all out of the way, let's get started on layers 1 and 2. Alright, so to get started on layers 1 and 2 here, if you are building this on the ground, as I am here, we'll be starting 4 blocks off the ground, leaving a 3-block gap in between, like so. If you're building this in the air, you obviously don't have to worry about that, and you can just start wherever you'd like. But please do keep in mind that spacing if you are building this with the landing gear in contact with the ground. Again, that's 4 blocks off the ground with a 3-block gap in between, just like this. So, with that all in mind here, we'll first be starting out with a quartz top slab, and we can clear out those spacing blocks right there. So we have a single quartz top slab right here, And now, if you are building the rest of the aircraft out of quartz or smooth quartz already, as covered in the materials section of the intro, then for accent details such as this, you'll probably want to use something like polished diorite instead as an alternative, so just use that instead of quartz here whenever I'm building with this. Otherwise though, we have that single quartz top slab right there, and then 3 across the center right there, and then a second row of 3. This will be starting off the nose gear door here at the start of the aircraft, or the front of the aircraft rather. Next, we'll be switching over to the wool top slabs, and now we'll place in a row of 5, like this. Back from the center here, we have a single block of wool right there, and then 2 more wool top slabs out to either side. And now we've got a row of 3 wool across the center right there, with a top slab out to either side, like this. Next, we'll place 1 block going back, then we're going to grab the jungle button and place one of these underneath that block aligned parallel with the aircraft right here. As you can see, this is a white wool texture here to blend, and this is an Aeroteam resource, so if you are in default instead, you'll probably want to use the birch button instead to kind of have a whitish coloration, but in the Aeroteam pack, that's the jungle button right there. Next, place a single block of spacing right there, then a second one going back. Underneath that second block there, we'll be placing another jungle button, like so. Then, 2 blocks going back, and then we'll grab a lever right here, and we'll place a lever underneath, flipped facing backwards like this for an antenna on the underside of the aircraft. Next, 2 blocks going back, and a jungle button aligned parallel with the aircraft like this. Then 2 blocks going back, another jungle button right there, and now 4 blocks going back. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4, like so, and then a jungle button underneath the 4th block, like this. Finally, we'll place 2 more blocks going back right here, then 1 more jungle button, and then a row of 3 across the center, like so. Out to either side here, we're going to place an upside-down wool stair facing forwards, like this, and then with the lever, we'll be placing one of these flipped facing backwards on only the leftmost block of these 3 right here, so it is asymmetrical. That's for another antenna right there. Then we can grab the wool blocks and just bring this all in line here, so it's a 3-wide box down the center of the aircraft, like this. Once that's blocked off, we're going to come back up to the front of the aircraft here, and only on the right side now. This is going to get asymmetrical here. So you can see we have these 3 wool top slabs here already from previously. We'll be turning this into a row of 7, so we'll be adding 4 more onto this. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4, like so. Then out to the side here, we'll be placing a temporary block, coming out just like this. Then we're going to grab a button, and we'll place a button right there, and then we'll use a world edit trick to trick this into staying on that top slab without breaking. So grab any old item, type the command /repl0 to switch this over to the replace tool, if you have world edit that is. Then select this stone button by left-clicking on it, clear it out, and then paste it over the temporary block by right-clicking, like so. Now, if you don't have access to world edit, another trick you can use in vanilla is something like the debug stick, where you place the button in the same block occupation right there, and then use the facing property of the debug stick to curve it around so it's attached to the top slab instead. However, since the server is based on world edit here, we don't have the debug stick available as a resource. It just doesn't work for us, so I unfortunately can't demonstrate its usage to you if you're not familiar with it already. But you can find other guides online if you would like to learn more about it instead. But for now, I'll just be showing you how to use world edit for these advanced details. And if you don't have access to either of those, by the way, these aren't terribly crucial for the accuracy of the build. It's still going to be a 767 either way, so if you can't include these in any way, then of course just feel free to leave those out if you have to. But I do recommend including them if you can, as it'll look much better otherwise. So, with that all out of the way then, I guess we can just place that in once more. So we have that stone button sticking off here. That's for a static port on the side of the fuselage, by the way. Next, we're going to grab the quartz top slabs here. We'll be placing 5 of these going back right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This will be starting off the forward cargo door on the right side of the aircraft right here. Then we'll place down a single wool top slab right there. Then grab the stone buttons again, place a temporary block out to the side, and paste over another one of those static ports right there. Then we're going to turn this into a row of 6 in total. So we have 1 there already, with the wool top slabs that is. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. As you'll see here, that should meet up with that upside-down stair that we placed previously right there, just so you know that you have that center part all counted right. And then, since we do have that counted, we'll just bring the right side here perfectly flush with the wool top slabs all the way back to the front of the aircraft, like so. So now we'll be coming back to where we put in those upside down stairs there, and we'll be putting in the wing box. So what we'll be doing for this here is first placing down a row of 5 in the center of the wool, solid blocks that is, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, like so, and we'll make this a total of 4 rows going back. So that's 1 already, 2, 3, and 4, and just box all of that off right there. Next, we're going to grab the wool trapdoors, which in the Aeroteam pack, this is a birch trapdoor right here. In default, you'll just want to use an iron trapdoor instead, but in the Aeroteam pack here, it's the birch trapdoor to blend with the colors for this. So this is going to go directly out to the side of that first wool block that we placed right there, right behind that upside down stair. Same thing on the other side, right there, and we'll get back to that in a second. First off, though, on the right side here, we're going to be placing an upside down stair facing in towards the center of the aircraft, and then one facing out, just like this, faces right up against each other, like so. Solid block of wool in the center, then a wool top slab, and a solid block on the left side, like so, for 2 off-center vents on either side of the aircraft right there. Next, we'll be placing 4 more rows of 5 going back, so that's 1, 2, 3, and 4, like so. Then we're going to grab the polished granite slab, which in the Aeroteam pack is a red concrete texture, like so. In default, you'll just want to use bricks instead, but this is going to be the red beacon light on the underside of the aircraft right here. So where we have those 2 vents put in place with the stairs and slabs right here, we'll be coming to this single block of solid wool right there in the center. On the block immediately behind it right here, we'll be placing in one of these red top slabs right there. That'll be the beacon light on the underside again. And once we have that, let's see. Back from the center right here, we'll be placing a single full block of wool, and this time our vents are going to be shifted oppositely. So we'll be placing in that same design right there, where we have an upside-down stair facing towards the center of the aircraft, and then outwards, just like this. My apologies for that little glitch there. So it's just going to be the same thing, but on the opposite side right here. So the 2 stairs are on the left there, then we have a top slab on the right there, and a solid block, like so. And then coming up next, we'll just place a single row of 5 across the center right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now coming up to those trapdoors we put in place earlier, we're going to be placing 10 wool top slabs going back from both of these right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That should come perfectly flush with that last row there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Like so. Next, we're going to switch over to the quartz slabs here, and we'll be putting in the gear doors on the underbelly of the aircraft right here. So from these wool top slabs here, we have a single quartz top slab on either side right there, and then 2 quartz full blocks coming in towards the center of the aircraft, and a single block of wool right there. Next, we'll place 4 blocks of wool going back from the center, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then against either side of this right here, we'll place 3 quartz half slabs on the lower level. So that's 1, 2, and 3 right there. 1, 2, and 3. Then we have a solid block of quartz behind that right there. 1 more out to the side, and then a quartz top slab. Quartz full block and a quartz top slab, like so. Next, we'll grab the wool slabs, and we'll place 3 wool half slabs coming out from this, and then 3 wool top slabs here to finish off that portion of the gear door. And the same thing on the other side. 3 half slabs, and 3 top slabs to join that up. Now, believe it or not, it's actually been about 2 weeks since I placed that beacon light there, and in the time frame since then, we have come up with a new design for it. So, to reduce the profile there and make it a little bit less bulky, as it is here, what we can do is, in the Aeroteam pack here, we'll use a barrier block below that, where the slab used to be, and place an activator rail in its place right here. In the Aeroteam pack, this is a red trapdoor texture, like this, and it is on one of the 4 rotations. 2 of them are, or actually, it's 2 rotations, my bad. So the, what's this? This will be the east-west orientation here, which is the trapdoor on the top half instead of on the bottom half right there. So just use the top half there, or leave it as a Brit slab if you're in default, but that's what we're using here now for the beacon lights. So with that tweak applied, we can continue on from where we left off with the gear doors here. So what we'll do for this here is place 4 blocks going back from the center right here with the wool, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and box this off to either side to make a 5 wide section right here, just like this. Out to either side here, it'll be 3 wool top slabs going back, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3 right there. And then we'll place a birch trapdoor going back, from both of those right there to finish off the bulging layering for the wing box there. Next up here, we're going to place 5 blocks going back from the center right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And underneath this 5th block right here, we're going to grab a lever and place that facing backwards right here for an antenna on the underside. It'll be 5 more blocks to either side to make this a 3-wide section this time. And next, we'll place 8 blocks going back from the center. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And box this off to either side, as before. Next here, on the left block only, we'll place a lever right here. So not on the center, not on the right, only on the left side. This antenna is a little bit offset, so it goes right in there. Then, we're going to, let's see, it's going to get asymmetrical here. So we'll start on the right side only. So we're going to place a wool upside down stair behind that full block of wool right there. Then we have 6 wool top slabs going back. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then 3 quartz top slabs here. That's the reason for the asymmetricality. This will be the, the start of the aft cargo door right here. And then for another added detail, what we can do is place a temporary block to the center of this right here. Stone button out to the side, grab the replace tool, which I'll have to reselect there since this is a new take on a new day. So, clear that out and paste over, like so. Then going back from this here, we have 4 wool top slabs. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That should stick out by 1 right there. And on the left side, this will be that same wool top slab right there, with this time 12 blocks going back, or 12 top slabs rather going back. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. That should line up just directly with the wool right there. And let's see. From this here, we're going to place a single block of wool in the center right there. And a wool top slab on the left side. Then we're going to place a quartz top slab off to the left, and 1 more quartz top slab behind it, like this, so it's at an angle. This will be the start of the bolt cargo door here on the left side of the aircraft. So they are offset a little bit from each other here. Then we have 4 wool top slabs going back from the center here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. It'll be 4 top slabs on the right side as well here to join this up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then just 2 on the left side here. 1 and 2. And the layering should all come in flush like this. And with that, that is everything for layers 1 and 2. Alright, so for layer 3 here, we're going to first come down to this forwardmost quartz top slab from the previous layer, and a block forwards from this, we're going to place a quartz full block, just like this. Then going forwards here, we have an upside down wool stair facing forwards, with a wool top slab on its face. Then out to either side of this quartz full block here, we have a wool top slab, or wool upside down stair rather, facing forwards, just like this. And then 2 blocks going back with the wool. 1 and 2, 1 and 2 right there. From this last block here, we have an upside down wool stair facing forwards again with a top slab on its face, like this, and we'll also add another top slab in front of that previous wool stair. And same thing on the right side there, upside down stair and wool top slab, like so. Next, it's going to get asymmetrical, again because of that cargo door there on the right side. So, on the right side only right here, we're going to place 4 blocks going back from this upside down stair right there. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we're going to switch to the wool stairs, and we're going to place 4 wool stairs going back facing towards the center of the aircraft right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this will just help us out later on by placing in some of the shaping for the interior of the cargo holds right here, so we don't have to go in and change that later. So we have the 4 wool stairs right there, then a quartz stair facing towards the center, 3 wool stairs going back, and another quartz stair right there. Should line up directly with the start of the outline from the previous layer. And then we have 5 wool stairs going back, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right here, and then 2 full blocks of white wool. From that last block we just placed there, we're going to place 7 wool top slabs going forwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Quartz top slab right there, 3 wool top slabs forwards, and a quartz top slab, and then 6 wool top slabs going forwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, like so. Now switching over to the left side to finish this off here, we'll be placing 4 blocks going back from that upside down stair right there, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then a total of 14 of the wool stairs going back facing towards the center again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And then 2 blocks of wool right there to bring it up flush. Now, let's see. Starting back from the front this time, where we have that first wool full block right there. We're going to skip the first two. 1, 2, and on the third block right here, we'll place a wool top slab coming out just like this. This will go back for a total of 6. So that's 1 there already. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we're going to place a temporary block off to the left side here. Grab a button and paste that over with the replace tool, like so, for the start of the, or for a static port on the left side, rather. Then 3 top slabs going back, 1, 2, and 3, and another button right there, and paste that over. Next, we have 9 top slabs going back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that'll bring you flush right there. Next, going back to these top slabs here, as we switch over to the wing box section, we're going to place a total of 11 wool blocks going back. So that's oops, that's a trapdoor. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Right there. Same thing on the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Like so. Next, we're going to place a quartz full block back from both of those right there to start off the gear doors, for this layer that is. Then we have 2 dark oak trapdoors going backwards, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. This will be on the top face right there. In the Aeroteam pack, this is a dark gray brick texture like this, just switch to iron trapdoor in default. But what this is here is a little bit of a gap in the gear door, where the gear bay on the inside is visible when the landing gear is extended. So before we get to that here, we're going to first place a wool full block going back from both of these trapdoors right here, and then a block of quartz back from that. Now, to get going on that gear bay detailing, we'll first grab the end stone, and from this first forwardmost quartz block right there, we're going to place 2 end stone coming in towards the center from both of those right there. Then skip a block right here, place 3 blocks going back right there, and then 2 more coming out from both of those quartz blocks right there. And that'll give you this little space to work with here. So, for the detailing on the inside now, what we're going to do is grab a hopper first, and starting with the left side, right here, on the right forwardmost block, we're going to place a hopper right there, facing forwards. Then behind that, we have an end rod, and that'll be perpendicular to the aircraft right here. Then we have an iron bar, which I don't have in my inventory, whoops. Iron bar behind that right there, in that little corner. To make this a little bit more realistic to the actual piston detailing on the inside there, we're going to place 2 of them horizontally, kind of like this. Then we'll select this left one right there, where it's just pointing towards the right, and we'll paste that over right there. Next we have 2 end rods, aligned parallel with the aircraft this time, in that space there. And then a diorite wall right there forwards from that, to give you some detailing looking just like this. And again, of course, it goes without saying, but that little world edit trick there, you don't have to include it, but it's kind of fun too if you can, so that's what we're doing there. Then we'll just do the same thing in mirror on the right side. So on the left block right there, hopper facing forwards, then a end rod coming out right there, iron bar, and I probably shouldn't have cleared that out, whoops, I still need that, paste over one of those, and then 2 end rods going forwards just like this, and a diorite wall right there. So the detailing should look just like this for the interior of the gear bays. Then we can throw all those away now and keep on going. So for this, I'm going to just do the right side first here, since, again, we have asymmetrical building here with the cargo doors at the rear. On the right side here, we have 4 blocks of wool going back, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we have 7 wool top slabs going back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. In towards the center of this top slab here, starting from the first one, we'll be placing 7 wool stairs facing in towards the center of the aircraft. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, right there. Grab the quartz again. We have a quartz half slab coming back from that stair right there, with a top slab out from it right there. Then a wool half slab, wool top slab right there, and a quartz half slab, quartz top slab, looking just like this for the aft cargo door. Then we have 4 wool top slabs coming back from that quartz top slab right there, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that'll be 6 wool stairs in the center to close that up right there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, like so. Then for the left side here, back from this quartz full block, we have 4 wool full blocks going back, so that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we have 13 wool top slabs going back from that full block right there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. We'll place a quartz top slab right there for the start of the bolt cargo door on this layer. Then in towards the center from that here, we have a quartz stair facing in towards the center, and 1 more behind it, right there. We'll get back to that in a second. First, coming to this row of top slabs right here, we'll be skipping this rearmost one right there, and on the second one forwards right there, we'll place a temporary block out to the side, and then place a stone button right there and paste that over for a static port on the left side there. Then we're going to, forwards from that port stair right there, carry this forwards with wool stairs all the way to the front where it's flush with the first wool top slab right there, closing it off from the outside, just like this. Next up here, we're going to place a wool stair facing towards the center behind that port stair right there, and then a wool upside-down stair facing backwards, back from both of those stairs, like so. On the right side only, 2 blocks of the wool top slabs. On the left side, it's going to be a single wool top slab right there, with a diorite top slab behind that for a vent right there. And as you can see, this is that same dark brick texture as the trapdoors we used up there. For this one, if you don't have access to the Aeroteam pack, just use probably a stone brick texture instead. But once we have that, coming back to these wool upside-down stairs right here, to seal this off, we're going to place 3 blocks going back with the wool, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, like so. Wool upside-down stairs facing backwards, with a block of wool towards the center, and a wool upside-down stair, like so. And then forwards from that block of wool right there, we'll place 1 more, just like that, to seal that off from the underside. Back from all 3 of these upside-down stairs here, we're going to place 2 wool top slabs going back. So that's 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And that is everything for layer 3. Alright, so for layer 4 here, we're going to start from this wool top slab from the previous layer right here. We're going to place a wool block forwards from this, skipping a block like this, with a wool top slab on its forward face, like so. Wool top slab out to either side, and then a wool full block going back, then a second one right there, and a wool top slab out to either side, like this. Next we have 3 blocks going back with the wool right here, so that's 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3. Next we're going to grab a tripwire hook. We'll place one of these coming out from the forwardmost of the 3 blocks right here, just like that. That'll start off the pitot tubes on the nose of the aircraft right here. Same thing on the right side, on that forwardmost of the 3 blocks right there. Then from the rear block right here, we'll place a wool top slab going out to either side, and here's where we'll break off for that asymmetry. So on the right side only, we have 8 blocks going back, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then a quartz, actually 5 quartz full blocks going back right here, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that'll finish off the outline of the forward cargo door right there. Then we have 22 wool blocks going back from this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. Like so. On the left side here, going back from that wool top slab, it's going to be 6 wool blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll grab a stone button and place that right there for another static port right here. Then we have 29 wool blocks going back from this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and 29. Should bring you flush right here. Next, to seal the gear bay off from the top right here, we're going to grab the diorite blocks, and we'll place a 2x3 of this covering up the gear bays on each side. So that's a 2x3, just like that. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3. And that'll seal that off nicely. So now when you look in here, all you'll see is the detailing there. So, going back from both of these right here, we have 7 wool blocks in total. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And out to either side right here we have a stone button, like so. Next, back from this here, we have 4 wool blocks, 1, 2, 3, and 4, with another stone button out to the left side right here. And same thing on the right side, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and stone button right there. Here we'll break off for the asymmetry here, so we have just 1 single block here on the right side, and then 3 full blocks of quartz back right here, 1, 2, and 3, for the aft cargo door, and then 6 blocks back with the wool. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we have an upside-down wool stair and a wool top slab. On the left side here, that's going to be 7 blocks back from that wool block right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then just 2 full blocks of quartz right there to finish off the bolt cargo door. Then 1 block of the white wool, wool upside-down stair, and a wool top slab, like so. Then coming in towards the center from that upside down stair right there, to seal this off, we'll place 5 wool blocks going back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And only on the left side right here, not on the right, but on the left side only, from these forwardmost 2 of the 3 exposed wool blocks right here, we'll place 2 stone buttons, like so. Should be right above that top slab from the previous layer right there. Then we have 2 wool top slabs back from this row right here. 1, 2, and 1, 2. Then in towards the center to seal this off here, we have 3 wool blocks going back. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1 block in towards the center to seal that up from the bottom, and then 1 more going back right there. And a wool upside down stair going back from each of these 3 full blocks right there. And then 2 top slabs back from each of these upside down stairs. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, and 2. We have one last thing to cover here before we're finished with this layer, and that's to put in the anti-tail skid here at the rear of the aircraft. So for this, we're going to grab a lever. We're going to place this on the underside of that last exposed wool block here in the center row, facing backwards, like this. We'll place an iron bar behind this right here. And then we can use some World Edit to make this a little bit nicer. If you don't have World Edit, it'll probably just be good right as it is right here, kind of giving that indication of it right here. But what we can do with World Edit here is place a temporary block underneath that iron bar right there. We'll place a stone button aligned parallel with the aircraft like this. Select that and paste over for the little wheel on the bottom of this right here. And then we can join that iron bar up with the lever there to make the connection a bit more flush. So we'll place 2 iron bars forward, well, one in front of the other like this. We'll place the rear one, or select the rear one rather, with the forward face connection like this. And then we can paste it over that single bar right there. And that'll connect it with that forward face and just make it all a little bit more flush and nice. And with that tail skid device done, that is everything for layer 4. Alright, so for layer 5, we'll be starting right on top of this wool top slab from the previous layer here, with a single wool full block right there. Now we've finally reached the tip of the nose. Next, coming out at an angle here, we have 2 wool blocks on either side. Then out at an angle, 3 wool blocks going back, like so. In the center block only right here, right on top of the one from the previous layer, we'll place another tripwire hook right there to finish off the pitot tubes on the side. And a tripwire hook right there. Next, out at an angle right here again, we have 2 wool full blocks going back on both sides. Then we're going to switch over to the quartz stairs. We have 2 quartz upside-down stairs facing in towards the center of the aircraft here to start off the L1 and R1 forward doors. Then we have a total of 13 wool blocks going back from both of these right here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And out to either side of this last wool block that we just placed here, we're going to place a torch, just like this, for the wing lights. Now, in the Aeroteam pack here, as you can see, we have this 3D model here for the torch lights, like so. If you don't have access to the Aeroteam pack, I'd probably recommend using either a stone button or maybe an upside-down stair in its place to give that kind of indentation of a larger light right there, since a stick sticking out at the side of the aircraft might look a little bit goofy instead. But this is what we're using here in the Aeroteam pack. Next, going back from this here, we have a total of 12 wool blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And same thing on the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Then we're going to grab the quartz stairs, and we have a quartz upside-down stair facing in towards the center of the aircraft right here. Then a block of wool, and another quartz upside-down stair, like so, for the 2 overwing exit doors right here. Same thing on the right side there, so upside-down quartz stair, full block of wool, and an upside-down quartz stair. And then going back from this here, we're going to place 25 wool blocks on each side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. 25 on the left as well, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Then we're going to switch over to the quartz stairs again. We have 2 quartz upside-down stairs facing in towards the center, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2 on the left as well. And then 1 block of wool behind each of those right there. Then stepping in towards the center here, we're going to place 5 blocks of wool going back, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and a wool top slab back from that right there. Then, only on the right side, we're going to grab the stone button, and on the forwardmost of this row of 5 here, this first exposed wool block, we're going to place a stone button right there. Then coming back to these top slabs, we're going to place one block of wool in towards the center from both of those, and then grab the quartz blocks, and we have 2 blocks of quartz going back from both of those right there. This will be for a bit of stabilizer trim detailing along the horizontal stabilizers right there. Then once we have that, it's going to be 1 more block of wool back from that row of 2 there, then a wool upside down stair facing backwards, and wool top slab going back from it. Then in between the wool stairs right there, a block of wool to block that off, then 1 more going back, wool upside down stair right there, and then 2 wool top slabs going back. And that will finish off layer 5. Alright, so for layer 6 here, we're going to be starting first from this full block of wool from the previous layer. We're going to drop a wool half slab a block back from it, just like this. Then, behind this, we're going to switch over to the magenta glazed terracotta, which in the Aeroteam pack is a half black wool, half quartz pillar texture, like this. It's on one of the 4 rotations, so we're going to find the rotation with the quartz pillar on the bottom half, which for me is facing down the aircraft this way, and place that directly behind the wool slab right there. This will be starting off the cockpit glass, since on the 767, in this scale at least, the cockpit glass sits between 2 block layers. We'll be using a top slab and a half slab above to replicate its shaping. And this utility allows us to do that here, while also preserving the quartz pillar texture from the cockpit detailing, which we'll be getting to later, but that'll just get that out of the way. Now, if you don't have access to the Aeroteam pack, what I'd recommend doing instead for these is just using a full block of black wool, but this is what we're using here for this. So, from here, we're going to place a wool half slab out to either side, and then another one of those magenta glazed terracottas immediately behind it. 1 more wool half slab out to either side, and then we're going to switch over to the light blue glazed terracotta this time, and we're going to find the orientation with the black wool on the top half and white wool on the bottom half, which for me is this way, like so. This will now blend that black wool with the white wool of the fuselage, and we're going to place this directly behind each of those half slabs right there. Now, if you don't have the terracotta for this, you could either just use a full block of black wool there and have a little bit of inaccuracy in the shaping, or you could instead grab a nether brick top slab, and then place a white wool full block in towards the center. That'll have a little bit of an indentation into the nose like this and will compromise both the smoothness of the exterior fuselage and the cockpit space on the inside, but it's an emergency workaround if you can't use that otherwise, and it should work well enough, that is. But if you can use the terracotta, that's what I would recommend doing instead. So, just place that like so right there. Then behind this, we have another block of white wool right there. And then coming out to the side here, 2 blocks going back, like so. Then we're going to switch over to the quartz stairs. We have a single quartz stair facing in towards the center, right here, for the curvature of the doors. And then we're going to place a quartz stair facing forwards, like this, on both sides. And then we can use some world edit to corner this off here. So what we're going to do is get rid of those 2 connections right there, so it's just the 1/4 connection in the corner, and that'll preserve the curvature of the door on the inside, while also giving us the window in the side right there. So for this, we'll place a stair just facing forwards just anywhere, and then 1 more facing towards the inside behind it right there. We'll first place a block of wool behind that stair right there, so it doesn't receive any more block updates. Then select that wool, or that corner stair right there rather, and paste over like so. So it should make a shape looking just like that. Now, without access to world edit, what you should probably do instead is just use a regular stair facing forwards right there. Then since you can't place a stair in that place without covering up that window, you can just use a quartz full block instead in its place. So something like that, just for the door shape from the outside, like so. But since we do have world edit here, this is what we're making use of, so stay right there and then corner that off. We'll do the same thing on the right side now, so let's see. Block of wool behind right there, and then we'll grab our stairs again, and forward stair right there, stair in towards the center, grab the corner stair, and paste over, like so. So, now that we have that, we can throw those away. And now going back from that block of wool right there, we'll be placing 15 wool stairs facing backwards, and this will be starting off the windows in the side of the aircraft right here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, right there. Same thing on the right side as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Next, we'll place a solid block of white wool behind that right there. Then switching directions now, we have 2 wool stairs facing forwards. 1 and 2, right there, on both sides. 1 and 2. And then 1 stair facing backwards. And then a full block right there. And that's just for some blocked out windows here on the forward fuselage. And then back from this here, we have 4 wool stairs facing forwards. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. That should now be in line with the emergency exits from the previous layer. And on top of that upside down stair right there, we'll place a quartz stair facing backwards, a block of wool in the center, and then a quartz stair facing forwards for the windows and the overwing exits right there. Again, stair backwards, wool block, and stair forwards. Next, we'll be switching directions and then placing stairs facing backwards. We have 23 wool stairs facing backwards right here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry about that light spike there. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. Like so. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. Next, behind this here, we have a total of 2 wool blocks, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And then we'll be using that same stair design as we did up at the front for the aft doors right here. So, quartz stair facing in towards the center, temporary block right there, and a block of wool behind to ensure it doesn't get any more block updates. And then we'll just construct that same corner stair right there, select and paste over, or with the workaround I showed you up there as well. So, quartz stair, corner stair, temporary block, or wool block there to block it off rather, and then the corner stair right there. Next, we'll grab a dark oak button, and we'll be placing that on that one exposed wool block right there that we just placed. In the Aeroteam pack, this is a red concrete texture. In default, you'll just use a probably an acacia button instead for a reddish hue, as this is the red door handle on the outside of the door right here. And an interesting thing to note about the 767 as well is since these doors actually retract upwards into the roof of the aircraft rather than swinging outwards like most aircraft do, the door handle itself is on the fuselage next to the door rather than built into the door, so it can still be accessed when the door is fully retracted. So we'll just be doing the same thing on the left side right there. So, button there. And, as you might be able to guess, this was also supposed to go on the forward doors, but I unfortunately missed that as I was distracted by the corner stairs. So, to rectify that issue, my mistake, we're going to come to the wool block immediately forwards from the door right there, and place that button right there on the rearmost of those 2 exposed wool blocks. And the same thing on the right side there. Good thing it's just a quick thing to fix, but again, my apologies for missing that. So, we can come back to the rear now. And from that one exposed wool block right there, well, that one that we just placed rather, we'll be stepping a block in towards the center, and then placing 6 blocks going back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Same thing on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then step in towards the center here, and we have another 6 blocks going back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 right there. Then once more, step in towards the center, and right here we have just 2 blocks of wool going back. We'll grab a stone button now and place this on the left side of only the forwardmost block right there. This doesn't go on the right side. Then we'll place a block of andesite behind this right there, and a stone button right there for the APU exhaust at the rear. And that will finish off everything for layer 6. Alright, so for layer 7 here, we'll be starting right on top of this black wool from the previous layer, well, the magenta terracotta that is, the forwardmost one. We'll be placing a single nether brick half slab on top of that right there. And behind this we have a wool top slab, like this. Out to either side, another nether brick half slab right there, and another wool top slab behind both of those right there, and then one last nether brick half slab, like so. Next, going back here, we're going to place an upside down wool stair facing in towards the center, behind that last nether brick half slab right there, like this. And this will all just help give us some more room in the cockpit here when we're worrying about that later on. And then the upside down stair on the left side right there. Once we have that, it'll be 2 solid blocks of wool going back, 1 and 2, with a half slab out to the side of that last one right there. Then 2 blocks going back, and a wool half slab right there. Next, we have 2 upside down quartz stairs facing in towards the center, right here, going back from that half slab, and that'll finish off the forward door right here. Same thing on the left, those 2 upside down stairs facing in towards the center. Then, we're going to grab the block of wool, and we'll place 52 blocks of wool going back right here. Very long row. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, and 52. Should stop right on top of that, well, the first exposed wool block right there of that row of 2. So, Same thing on the right here, so you can double check that counting one last time. Again, 52 blocks going back. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, and 52, like so. And as you can see, that lines up there, so we are all good. One last thing before we continue on there, we're going to head back up to the front of that row of 52 right there. We're going to grab the stone button, and on the first block that we placed right here, the one connecting to the forward doors, we're going to place a stone button right there, like so. Same thing on the right side. Forwardmost one of that row of 52, right behind the R1 forward door right here. Stone button right there. That'll do it for the front there, and we can fly on back to the aft here to continue on with this. So, we have behind this row of wool right here, a wool stair facing backwards, and then 2 quartz half slabs going back, 1 and 2. Same thing on the right, upside down, or not an upside down, regular wool stair facing backwards, and 2 quartz half slabs going back. Then we're going to grab the quartz stairs, and behind this, well, first we'll place a block of wool in towards the center from that wool stair to close up that gap there. And then we have 2 quartz upside down stairs facing in towards the center right there to finish off the rear doors. Same thing over here, block of wool and 2 quartz upside down stairs. Behind this, we're going to place 4 blocks of wool, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and only on the left side here, not on the right, but on the left side only, on the second block back of the row of 4 right here, skipping that first one. The second block right here, we have a single stone button, like so. This is not going to happen on the right, so it's just going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4 wool blocks. And we'll just leave that empty right there. And good thing I made a point of that too, because I just realized that I missed a stone button from the last layer. My apologies, I must have forgotten that when creating my notes for the tutorial here. So, where we have that stone button 2 layers down right here, immediately above that, we're going to place a stone button right there, just to the left of that red button for the door handle right there. So we should have 2 buttons right on top of each other, looking just like that for the detailing on the tail cone here. My apologies for missing that again, but luckily it isn't too big of an issue to fix. So, now that we have those 4 blocks going back on both sides right there, we're going to place a wool stair going back, and then a wool half slab. Wool stair going back, and a wool half slab there. Coming in towards the center of that wool stair right there to close this off, we're going to place 8 blocks of wool going back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, if I can place those right, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, like so. Then behind this we have a wool half slab, right there, and a block of wool into the center to close that off. 2 wool half slabs going back, and to finish off the APU exhaust here, we're going to grab the spruce trapdoor and place that down right on top of the andesite right there. In the Aeroteam pack, as you can see here, this is a stone texture, like this, just using iron trapdoor in default, but that's what we have going on there. And with that, that'll do it for layer 7. Alright, so for layer 8 here, we're going to come to this single wool top slab right in the center right there from the previous layer. Behind this, we're going to skip a block right there and drop a wool half slab right in between those 3 right there. Next, we have a solid block of wool behind that, and then a wool half slab out to either side, and then 2 blocks of wool going back from that half slab there. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Then we have a wool stair facing forwards out to the side of that right there with a wool half slab in front of it, like so. And then going back from these wool stairs, we have a total of 56 blocks going back. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, and 56 right there. Should land right on top of that forward most of the 2 of those quartz blocks from the aft doors right there. And I'll just do the same thing on the right side to double check the counting again. So that's 56 blocks again right here, behind that forward-facing wool stair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, and 56, like so. And as you can see, that'll line up right there. Now we're going to come all the way to the front again, and from that row of 56 that we just placed here, we'll skip the first two full blocks right here, so not including that wall stair. So 1, 2, and then the third block right here. Coming out from this, we're going to place a wool half slab right there. So you can see that should leave 2 blocks exposed from the previous layer right there. And this is going to be a total of 49 wool half slabs going back. So we have 1 already right there. This is counting that single half slab. So that'll be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, and 49, like so. Then we're just going to do the same thing on the right side here. So, skipping the first 2 solid blocks full, on the third right here, 49 half slabs going back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, and 49 right there. And that lines up perfectly. So, now that we have that, it'll be 3 half slabs going back from the rows of wool right here. So that's 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then coming in towards the center, to close this off, we have 8 blocks of wool going back on both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then 3 half slabs going back from both of these right here. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then in towards the center to close this off, in between these 3 here, we have 4 blocks of wool going back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And hey, wouldn't you know, there's another thing I messed up in my notes. So when I was trying to hollow this out to make it all nice and perfectly smooth for the exterior, I accidentally carved out that block, forgetting that it was exposed from the outside when separating out the layers. So we're just going to seal that up with a single block right there in the center to close that up. And now that we have that all fixed, that is everything for layer 8. Alright, so to finish off the fuselage here, we have our last 2 layers, layers 9 and 10. Now, to start this off here, I did exactly the same thing I did back at the tail cone there. So in between these, well, back from that wool block right there, it's supposed to be another wool block right there. So we have that space filled up like this. And then behind that, we're going to drop a wool half slab. So to start off layer 9, it should look exactly like this, with a wool half slab right there in the center, and then 2 blocks going forwards from that for the forward nose layering right here. Now that we have that, we have 1 more wool half slab going back right there, and then a wool stair facing forwards behind that, like so. Next, wool half slab out to either side, and then a wool half slab going forwards to fill in that gap there. Then, behind this wool stair right here, we have a total of 66 blocks going back, our longest row yet in this tutorial. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, and 66. It should land right on top of that last full block from the previous layer here, as we kind of finish off the portion of the vertical stabilizer that lands inside this layer right here. So, now that we have that, we're going to fly all the way up to the front again, and behind this wool half slab right here, out to either side, we have another wool stair facing forwards, like this, on both sides. And then going back from this, we have 54 blocks this time. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, and 54. Right there. And we'll do the same thing on the right side to, again, double check that counting with these very long rows. So, that's 54 blocks going back right here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, and 54. And that'll line up perfectly right there. And I suppose we can just finish off this last little bit right here before we continue on with the sides. So we have 4 wool half slabs going back from this right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That'll finish off the tail cone layering right there. So we'll fly all the way back up to the front then, and place in our last layer out right here. So, out to the side of this wool stair facing forwards right here, this outermost one, we have a wool half slab right there, and this will go back for a total of 50 right here. So we have one here already. That's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, like so. Same thing on the right side here. So, out to the side of that wool stair right there, wool half slab, we have one there already, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50, like so. And that lines up perfectly, so we are all good. And we'll fly up to the front again one last time, and we can put in our long row of detailing right here. So I just did a jump cut there real quick to get all these materials in my inventory so I wouldn't have to go poking around. But for the detailing, to finish off this right here, we're going to come to the center row right here, and from this first wool full block right here, we're skipping 2 blocks, so we have 1, 2. On the third block right here, we have a jungle button aligned parallel with the aircraft like this. We'll skip 1 block right there, and 1 button on the second block. Skipping 2 blocks, 1 and 2, we're now going to grab the activator rail, and we'll place that in right here. This will be for the beacon light on the top of the aircraft, and the orientation of this, well, there are 2 directional orientations. One of them is with the bottom half, one of them is with the top half, which we use down there on the underbelly of the aircraft. So just use the one with the bottom half right there. And again, if you're in default without that, just use a brick slab instead. But now that we have that, we're going to switch to the jungle button again, and we'll place 2 jungle buttons going back right here, again aligned parallel. Then skip 2 blocks going back, 1, 2. On the third block, we have a lever, flipped facing backwards for an antenna right here. Then we're going to skip 6 blocks. I'm going to use a temporary block here to mark this out so I don't lose track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Right there. And then we'll place a jungle button, aligned parallel with the aircraft. Clear out the temporary blocks. Then we have 9 blocks going back. Skipping, that is. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Then we're going to grab the birch trapdoor and place 2 of these going back right here. Or again, iron trapdoors in default. And clear out the temporary blocks. Like so. Next, going back right here, we're going to skip 3 blocks. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And on the 4th block, we have an acacia button, aligned parallel with the aircraft. Use blackstone instead in default. And we have a second one going back right here. Then skip 2 blocks, 1 and 2. And on the 3rd block right here, a birch trapdoor, like this. Then we're going to skip 6 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we have a lever, flipped facing backwards like this. Clear out those temporary blocks. And then 7 blocks going back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And on the 8th block right here, again, another lever, flipped facing backwards, for an antenna right there. And once you've cleared out those temporary blocks, that is everything for layers 9 and 10, and the fuselage of the 767-300 is done. Alright, so next up here we'll be putting in the vertical stabilizer. So for this, we're going to be coming to the very last block from the previous layer of the fuselage right here. You can see we have these 2 blocks exposed right here. And going back from this right here, we're going to skip a block and place 2 blocks going up, just like this. This will go in for a total of 6 right here, in addition to those 2 existing previously right there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, like this. So in total that should be 7, I suppose, including those 2 exposed right there from the fuselage that was completed. So, from this last set right here, we're going to place 3 more blocks going forwards. 1, 2, and 3. So it'll be a row of 4 on top, like this. Next we have a half slabs going forwards from that, with a block of wool below, and this exact same angle is going to repeat down until we get to a total of 12 half slabs. Or until we hit the fuselage, that is. So we have 1 half slab there already, with that wool block beneath it. That'll be 2 half slabs right there. Block of wool. 3, 4, 5, if I can place that right. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, like so. And that'll join up right there, one block short of the row of 3 from the fuselage top layer right there. And that is the outline of the vertical stabilizer in place. So, all we're going to do now is just fill this in with the white wool. Like this. No further details will need to be added to this once we are finished with the overall shape of it, like so. So once that's done there, that'll be everything for the vertical stabilizer. Alright, so next up here, we'll be putting in the horizontal stabilizers. For this, we're going to come to the second row in of the layering right here. So not this outermost layer, including the door, but this next layer right here. You can see we have this single wool full block with the top slab beneath it right here, on the very end of that row right there. Out to the side of that wool full block, we're going to place a single smooth stone half slab right there. In front of this is going to go a cobblestone half slab. And this is where we're going to be starting the horizontal stabilizer outline. So, out to the side of that smooth stone now, we have another cobblestone half slab right there. Then coming out, up a half slab layer, a cobblestone top slab. Then another top slab out right here. Then directly out to the side, a cobblestone half slab, like this. Then one more cobblestone half slab out right here. And a third half slab right there. And then coming out right here and up a half slab layer, we have 1 and 2 top slabs, like this. Then up a layer again, coming out right here, a cobblestone half slab, like so. And then one more half slab out like this. This will be the very tip of the horizontal stabilizers here. So, back from this here, we have 2 smooth stone half slabs, and now we'll be working our way in towards the center. So, 1 smooth stone half slab in towards the center right there, and then we'll switch over to the stone brick slabs for the elevator detailing along the trailing edge right here. So we have 1 half slab right there, then we'll drop down a layer in towards the center, 1 and 2 stone brick top slabs, and then 1 stone brick top slab right there. Directly in towards the center, drop down a layer, 1 stone brick half slab right there, then 2 stone brick half slabs coming in right here. Then drop down a layer, we have a single stone brick top slab, and then 2 top slabs coming in towards the center right there. And that should land right there on the second block forwards of that second layer in, pretty much just like this. That'll be the general outline complete for the horizontal stabilizers here. So, next up, we're going to start with the layering outlines for this. So we have those 2 cobblestone half slabs right there. Then you can see it skips up a layer right here with that cobblestone top slab right there. So we're going to skip a block going out from this, or in rather. We have 2 stone brick half slabs, top slabs rather, going back, coming in just like this. And then 1 smooth stone top slab right there to join that up. For the next layer out, we have this cobblestone half slab right here. We have a smooth stone half slab directly behind that. Then from here, we'll place a stone brick slab coming back right here, with a smooth stone slab behind it, like so. For our next layer out here, where we have this cobblestone half slab, we're going to place a smooth stone half slab out at an angle from it, just like that. And that'll connect up diagonally with the stone brick slab from the trailing edge. And for our final layer right here, we have this cobblestone slab coming up right here. We're going to place a stone brick slab behind it, and then a smooth stone slab out at an angle, connecting to that stone brick slab from the trailing edge right there. So, with all of those outlines in place now, the last thing we're going to do is put in some more stone brick detailing before we fill all of this in. So, let's see. Firstly here, we're going to come to this block of wool that we started the leading edge outline from right here. Behind this block, we're going to place 2 stone brick half slabs going back, 1 and 2 right there. And from the second one back, we're going to place 1 more going out from it right there. That'll connect up with these 2 from the next layer up here. And then from the second one going back right here, we're going to place 2 more going out like this. As you'll see, that connects up with the next one from the next layer up here. We have 1 going directly out from it right here, and then going out 1 and 2 right there. Then that'll connect up with these 2 cobblestone slabs right here, behind which we're going to place 2 stone brick slabs right there. And that'll finish off that kind of darker stripe running down the center of the elevator right there, or horizontal stabilizer rather. And then to finish off the elevator detailing, that's why I had that on my mind here, we're going to make this a little bit thicker from this center connected one right here. We're going to place one more half slab on the bottom half going forwards from it right there. That'll just make it a little bit thicker at the base there. But that is all of the stonebrick detailing in place now. So from here, what we're going to be doing is filling in all of these outlines with the smooth stone slab. So what that means is wherever you have an outline on a given layer right here, bordered by the outline from the next layer up, it's just going to get filled in with smooth stone like this. And in this space here, where that's outlined, that's going to get filled in with smooth stone as well. And that space, like so. And you'll just take that up the surface of the horizontal stabilizer here. And once that is done, that is everything for the horizontal stabilizer itself. So now we'll just be building this on the right side of the aircraft. I'll build this on the right side on camera as well, but I'll just be taking this one a little bit faster. So, where we have that wall block right there on the second layer in, right here, we have a stone brick, not a stone brick, smooth stone slab on the bottom half right here, cobblestone half slab forwards from it, and out right there. Then one out, up at an angle. Then one out right here. Then one directly out, half slab above. Then one and two diagonal, like this. Then coming out and up a slab layer, one and two directly out this time, like so. And then coming diagonally here and up a slab layer, one, and then one more diagonal, like so. Then we're going to place two smooth stone slabs going back, one and two, one more in towards the center right there, a single stone brick slab right there, then drop down a layer, and in towards the center we have one and two stone brick slabs directly in right there, and then one in diagonally. Then directly in towards the center, drop down a slab layer, one half slab right there. Then in towards the center, one and two. Then directly towards the center, drop down a slab layer, one top slab right there. And then in towards the center, one and two slabs right there. And that should connect up right where it did on the left side of the aircraft, looking just like this. So then for our layering outlines, we have this first layer up right here. We're going to place one and two stone brick slabs going back out at an angle, like this. And then one smooth stone slab diagonally, like so. For the next slab layer up here, a smooth stone slab going back, then a stone brick slab diagonally, and then a smooth stone slab behind it. Next layer up right here, we'll place, now we can just place in those one and two stone brick slabs to get that out of the way right there, and then a single smooth stone slab in towards the center from that. And then for the last layer right here, we have that cobblestone slab, stone brick slab behind it, and then a smooth stone slab diagonally, like so. Then for that dark stripe running down the center, we have one and two stone brick slabs going back from that wool block right there, then one going out from the second one back. That'll connect up with those two there. We have one and two going out from the second one back. And then where that connects up with that one right there, we have one more going directly out from it right there, and then two more out diagonally, like so. And we have all of that finished off then with that stripe there, and then in the trailing edge outline here, we have those two top slabs. We'll place one half slab going forwards from that right there, again just to thicken off the base of that elevator right there. And then we can fill all this in with the smooth stone slabs. So, everywhere where you see an outline, that just gets filled in with the smooth stone, like so. Now, since this was a pretty complicated shape, again, here's a look at it in case you need a second glance to make sure that everything's copied over correctly. It should look exactly like this. Feel free to pause again if you need to count anything. But with that done, that is everything for the horizontal stabilizers. Alright, so next up here, we'll be putting in the wings of the 767. This is going to follow a very similar approach to the horizontal stabilizers, just on a much larger scale. So we'll be building the outline and then filling everything in afterwards. So, to start off here, we're going to come to this very outermost layer right here, where the wing box starts. You'll see we have this wool full block right there, with the trapdoor underneath. We're going to count from this wool block here. We have 1, 2, and from the third wool block back right here, we'll place a smooth stone top slab, like this. Next, going back from this, we have 1, 2, and 3 bottom half smooth stone slabs. Then we'll switch over to the stone brick slabs. We have 6 of these going back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we have 3 smooth stone slabs going back, 1, 2, and 3, and you'll see that'll close off the gap for the gear well right there. And then behind these 3 smooth stone slabs, we have 1 and 2 stonebrick slabs. This will be starting off the flap detailing on the leading edge right here. Next, we're going to place, on top of these 3 smooth stone slabs, we have 1 and 2 smooth stone top slabs to turn those into full blocks. Then we'll jump up a layer right here, and we'll place 1 and 2 quartz half slabs going forwards. Then up a layer again, 2 nether brick top slabs going forwards, 1 and 2, then a quartz top slab, and then a nether brick top slab. This will start out the detailing for the overwing exit markings right here. Then in front of that nether brick top slab there, we have a single stone brick top slab, and then 3 smooth stone top slabs going forwards. Then we'll just place a smooth stone half slab right there to round that off and connect up the wing root outline. So, next up here, we're going to grab the stone slabs, and where we have this smooth stone top slab with a half slab right there, we're going to come diagonally from that and place a a stone top slab and half slab connected just like this. Switching over to the stone here for the slat detailing along the leading edge of the wing. Now, we're also going to grab a torch, and in front of that half slab right there, the top one of the two, we'll place a temporary block right there, torch, and the World Edit Replace tool. Select that and paste over for the landing light on the base of the wing right there. And if you don't have World Edit and can't place that in, it's not too crucial of a detail, again, but it does help immensely with the accuracy and detail of the build. So, that's what we have going on there. And then from the top slab right here, we're going to place another top slab diagonally, with a half slab on top of it. Then just 1 half slab directly out to the side here. Then 1 diagonally, with another slab on top to make that a full block. Then another full block out diagonal right here, with a single top slab coming out right here. Then we're going to switch over to a temporary block. I'm going to grab the blue concrete. We'll place one of these temporary blocks directly out to the side of that top slab right there, with a second on top and a third below. So it's 3 tall just like this. This is going to be our first marker for the wing here. This is where we're going to be coming back later and placing in the engine pylon. So you can use whatever temporary block you like, as long as it sticks out from the gray of the wing. I just use blue here so that I can see it later easily, but just make sure you have some sort of marker in this position right here. Next, we're going to grab these smooth stone slabs. From the top block of these 3, we're going to place a single smooth stone half slab directly behind it right there. And then diagonally from this we have a stone half slab right here, with a top slab beneath it, like so. And then another half slab going directly out to the side from that half slab right there. Next, 1 half slab diagonal. Another half slab diagonal with a top slab on top to turn it into a full block. Directly out to the side, 1 top slab right there. Then a top slab diagonal. Then 1 and 2 diagonal out to the side. Then we'll jump up a slab layer, and diagonal we have 1 half slab right there. Then 1 and 2 out to the side. Then 1 diagonal. Then 2 out to the side. Then up a half slab layer, 1 diagonal right here. Then 2 out to the side. Then 1 diagonal. 1 more diagonal. And then directly out to the side, up a half slab layer, 1 half slab right here. Then 1 half slab diagonal, and then 2 out to the side, right here. Next, we're going to grab the polished granite slab, and we'll place this directly diagonal from that row of 2 that we just placed there. In the Aeroteam pack here, this is a red concrete texture. This is going to be for the red navigation light on the left side of the wing. If you're in default, you'll probably want to use a brick slab instead to represent that detail, but this is what we're using here in the Aeroteam pack. So, next, behind this here, we'll place 3 smooth stone slabs going back. So that's 1, 2, and 3, like so. Then we're going to grab our torches and temporary blocks again, and we'll place in 2 torches right here. So on this row of 3, from the forwardmost block, we're going to place a temporary block out to the side right there. Grab the torch on the side, and paste that over right there. And then place a temporary block behind this row right here, with a rear-facing torch right there, select and paste over. This will be for the strobe and steady position lights on the side and rear of the wingtip right here. And once we have that, we can continue working our way inwards. So from the rearmost block of that row of 3 here, we have a single smooth stone half slab in towards the center, then one diagonal. Now we'll switch over to the stone brick slabs for the outboard aileron detailing right here. And directly in towards the center, we'll drop down a slab layer. We have 1 and 2 top slabs right there. Then 2 top slabs in towards the center. Then 1 top slab diagonal. Then directly towards the center, we'll drop down a slab layer right here. We have 1 and 2 half slabs right there. Then 2 half slabs in towards the center. Then 1 diagonal right there. Then we'll drop down a slab layer directly in towards the center. 1 and 2 top slabs, like so. Then we'll grab our temporary blocks again here, and from the leftmost block, the outboard one that is, of these 2 right here, we have 2 temporary blocks going back, just like this. This will be our first marker for the flap track fairings, and so now we've transitioned from the aileron detailing to the outboard flap section detailing right here. So, once we have that, we'll now place, from that row of 2 right there, 2 top slabs in towards the center, 1 and 2, then 1 top slab diagonal, then drop down a slab layer directly in towards the center, 1 and 2 half slabs right there. Then we have a single temporary block behind the inboard of those 2 blocks right there. Then we have 2 half slabs in towards the center. Then we'll switch over to the smooth stone slabs right here, and we'll have 1 diagonal with a top slab directly in towards the center, down a slab layer right there. And then 1 half slab directly in towards the center, like so. So that's the conclusion of the outboard flaps right there. Then we switch over to this little flapper-on pad right here between that and the inboard flap sections, which we're now going to start outlining. So, once we have that slab right there, we'll now drop down a slab layer. We have 1 and 2 half slabs with the smooth stone directly in towards the center here. And then a temporary block behind the innermost of those 2 right there. Then, 1 smooth stone slab diagonal right here. Then drop down a slab layer, 1 and 2 in towards the center. And moment of truth, drop down a slab layer again and place 1 right there. That should connect up perfectly with the rearmost of those 2 stone brick slabs right there from the wing root outline. So, with that, that is everything for the wing root outline there. If that didn't match up right there, then you might want to have a look at the screen now to pause and count to see where you messed up. Unfortunately, this is quite a complicated outline here, so it is definitely possible to be a block off somewhere in the long row of diagonals. So just make sure everything's all ready to go, and we can continue working. So, next up will be, just like we did with the horizontal stabilizers here, putting in all of the layering outlines. So, for this, we're going to come to this first layer up right here, at the very base of the wing right here, where we have that smooth stone top slab up a layer. We're going to place a stone brick slab diagonal to it right there, and that'll connect up with the wing root right there. For our next layer up, we have this half slab right there. We'll place a stone brick slab diagonal from it right here. Then switching over to the smooth stone slabs, 1 and 2 diagonal right there. That'll connect up with that block from the wing root. For our next row out right here, we have that top slab right there with the stone brick. We'll place another top slab diagonal right there. Then switch over to the smooth stone. We have 1, 2, and 3 diagonal, just like this. Then switch over to the nether brick slabs. We have 1 diagonal right there. And then a quartz slab diagonal to that, like so. And that'll connect up with that block from the wing root there. For our next layer up right here, we have this single smooth stone half slab right here. We'll place 1 and 2 diagonal to it, like this. Then directly forwards from this here, we're going to place a stone brick slab right there. Then 2 going towards the front. Then 4 going towards the front. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then diagonal to this here going out this time, we have a smooth stone half slab right there. And that'll connect up with that already existing half slab, like so. And while we're here, we're just going to finish up this little bit of outlining for the leading edge of the base of the wing right here. So where we have this row of 3 of the smooth stone top slabs right there, we're going to place 1 directly out to the center, or directly out, that is, from the center block of those 3 there. And then 2 going out, like so. That'll connect up with that stone full block right there, and finish off that bit of the layering outline. So, then coming up here, where we have that first, well, fully complete layering outline, that is, going all the way across right here, we're going to go up to our next layer right here, where we have this stonebrick top slab right there, we're going to place 1 and 2 smooth stone slabs directly diagonal to it right there. And then directly forwards from this, 1 stonebrick top slab there. Then 2 stonebrick top slabs towards the front. Then 3 top slabs in towards the front right there. And that'll connect up diagonally with that full block from the leading edge right there. For our next layer out, where we have this stonebrick top slab right there, we'll switch over to the smooth stone slabs. We'll place 1 and 2 diagonal to it right there. Then 2 stonebrick slabs towards the front. Then 3 stonebrick slabs towards the front right there. And that'll connect up diagonally with that stone slab from the leading edge. For our next layer up right here, where we have this stonebrick top slab, we'll place 1 smooth stone slab diagonal to it right there. Then 2 stonebrick slabs going forwards. Then another 2 stonebrick slabs going forwards. That'll connect up diagonally with the stone slab from the leading edge there. And for our very last layer right here, we have this smooth stone slab already existing. We'll place 1 more diagonal to it right there. Then 1 and 2 stonebrick slabs diagonal to it. And then a single smooth stone slab going forwards right there. And that'll connect up diagonally, again with that stone slab from the leading edge there. So, that's all of the outlines in place. And now we're going to switch over to the stonebrick slabs and fill in the last bit of detailing here for this before we can continue filling it in. So actually, let's get the overwing exit markings here complete first. So, where we have the forwardmost netherbrick slab right there, behind this, you see this quartz full block right there, or top slab rather. We'll place a netherbrick top slab directly out to the side right here, then 2 quartz top slabs going back to connect up with that one from the layering outline there. Then out to the side of these 3 here, we have 3 netherbrick top slabs right there. Oops. And then that'll make a row of 4 right here. Going back from this, we'll drop down a slab layer. We have a single slab right there, in between those 2 smooth stone ones. And then, in this space right here, aided by that outline from that layer, we'll place a single quartz half slab right there. So that'll make this widely sweeping black outline right here, with the arrow markings leading down the center from the 2 overwing exits right here. So, with the overwing exit markings in place, we're now going to switch over to the stonebrick slabs, and we'll finish off the detailing here for the flaps first. So we're in this first layering outline right here, where we have that stonebrick slab right there. We'll place 1 more directly out to the side. That'll connect up with that one from the next layer up. We'll place 1 more directly out to the side right there. Then 1 diagonal to it in that space there. That'll connect up with that one from the next layer there, and we'll place 1 more going directly out to the side from it right here. And that'll connect up with that one, like so. So we have this box outline for the inboard flap section right there. For the outboard section, there's just 1 slab we need to put in place, so we have this very first row of 2 here, directly next to that flapper-on section I pointed out earlier. From the innermost block of those right there, we'll just place 1 more slab going forwards, like so. And from there, the outboard slab, or flap section rather, is thinner, and will just be single slab layers all the way down. And then finally, you'll see we have these stonebrick sections in each of the layering outlines right there. This is for a large gray outline going down the center of the wing right here. That's the no-step zone. Now, interesting thing to note, this does actually vary by airline, so some 767 operators don't have this marking down the center of the wing, but this is what we've opted to include for our design here. So, to put this in place here, we'll start with the front outline right here, where we have this single stonebrick slab right there in front of that netherbrick top slab in the wing root right there. We'll place 1 more directly out to the side right there. Then 2 out to the side right here. Then just 1 right there, diagonally. That'll connect up with the stonebrick slab from the next layering outline right here. We'll skip the first block. From the second block here, we'll place 2 directly out to the side. Then 2 slabs directly out to the side right there. That'll connect up diagonally with the next layering outline right there. We're going to skip this first block, and from the second one right there, place 2 slabs directly out to the side, like so. Then we'll place 1 diagonally, like this, and then 1 more diagonally, like so. That'll connect up directly up to the side to the next layering outline right there. We're going to, again, skip the first block right there. From the second block back this time, we only have 1 slab right there. Then 2 slabs out to the side. Then 1 and 2 slabs diagonally. That'll connect up directly with the one from the next layer right there. Skipping that first block, we have one coming out from the second slab right there, and from that row of 3 that was created there, skipping the first block, from the center block right there, we'll place 2 slabs directly out to the side, and then one diagonally right there. That'll connect up with the very last layering outline right here. From that single slab right there in the well, the front of the layering outline, we'll place one slab directly out to the side right there. That'll connect up with the one behind it right there, from which we're going to place another one directly out to the side, like so. And then 2 more out to the side right there. Oops. Like so. So with that, that's the forward edge done, and then we can work our way back towards the center. So we have those 2 right there at the very tip of the wing, and then those 2 connecting with it right there. And then that single one right there at the edge of the layering outline. From this, we're going to drop down a slab layer right there, and place one smooth stone slab right there. Then we'll place 2 more, going towards the center, diagonally, right here. That'll connect up with the next layering outline right here. We'll skip the first one right here, and from the second, well, the forwardmost of those 2 exposed ones right there, we'll drop down a slab layer right there, and place a single bottom half slab right there, with one more directly out to the side. Well, in towards the center, I suppose, this time, now that we've switched directions. Then 2 more in towards the center, right there. And then one diagonally with it, right there. That'll connect up with these 2 right here from the next layering outline. We'll drop down a slab right here, place a top slab directly in towards the center from the rearmost one right there. Then place 2 top slabs in towards the center, like so. That'll connect up diagonally with this single slab here from the next layering outline. Directly in towards this, or from this rather, we're going to drop down a slab layer and place down a half slab right there. Then we have 2 slabs going in towards the center, right there. Then one diagonally from it right there, which will connect up with that one right there. In towards the center right here, we're going to drop down and drop a top slab directly in right there, and then place 2 more going in right here. Then we have just one single slab diagonal right there. That'll connect up with that nether brick top slab from the overwing exit markings right there. And that will finish off that outline on the top surface right here. So, with all of that in place now, what we're going to be doing is filling all of this in. So let's start with just the stone brick slabs to make this easier, since we have 2 different colorations to work with here. So everything in between these 2 outlines that we just made on the front and rear edge right here, and the layering outline of the next layer up, is going to get filled in with the stone brick slabs. So what that means is, where you have a space like this, that's going to get filled in with the stone brick slabs there, and this space right in here, not going past the layering outline of the next layer up, like so. So this is just going to get filled in for each of these layers right here, and the next layer, and the next, right there. And once we get to that point there, it's all pretty much just filled in anyways. So, with that done, we'll now switch over to the smooth stone slabs, and everything else that's within the outlines here is going to get filled in with the smooth stone slabs. So this space right there, not going past the outline of the next layer up, as you can see right here. So I'll just fill in the leading edge, and then after that, we'll grab the trailing edge right here. Just these last few little holes there, and once that's done, one more, there we go. And that is the top surface of the wing filled in. So now we're going to drop down underneath here and fill in the underside. Because as you can see here, it's looking pretty hollow at the moment. So, we'll do pretty much the same thing that we did on the top surface, just working our way out with each layering outline. So, starting here at this very first layer, where we have these 3 smooth stone slabs right here, out from the center block of these 3, we're going to drop a slab right there, with one more going back from it. Then we have 6 stone brick slabs going back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then 3 smooth stone slabs going back, 1, 2, and 3. And then a single stone brick slab right in there to fill that up. That's the first outline right there done. So then coming up to our next one right there, where we have that stone top slab. Behind this, we're going to place 2 smooth stone slabs. And then dropping out right here, we're going to have 6 stone brick slabs going back, out at an angle right here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. then 2 smooth stone slabs going back, and then a single stone brick slab right in there. For our next layer up right here, we have this stone full block right there. We're going to place a smooth stone slab behind that right there to make that a full block. Then come out at an angle right here with a single stone slab diagonally, if I can place that correctly. And then 6 stone brick slabs going back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then a single smooth stone slab there. And then a single stone brick slab right there. For the next layer up, we have this stone top slab right there. Don't worry about the gap in the center right there. That'll get filled in when we fill in the pylon later on. So behind this stone slab right there, we have a single smooth stone slab. Then out at an angle here, we have 5 stone brick slabs going back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we'll place a stone brick slab in diagonally, right there, with a smooth stone slab behind it, right there. For our next layer out, we have this stone full block right there. We'll place a smooth stone slab behind it right here. Then out at an angle, 4 stone brick slabs going back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then going out right here, we'll place 2 stone brick slabs going back. And then a single smooth stone slab behind that right there to join that up. For the next layer out right here, we have this stone slab with the smooth stone slab behind it. We'll place a smooth stone slab diagonal to that right there, with a single stone brick slab behind it. Then coming out, we have 3 stone brick slabs going back. And then coming out again, 2 smooth stone slabs going back right there. And that'll join up with that stone brick slab right there, and finish off that layer. For the next layer up right here, we have this stone slab right there with the smooth stone slab behind it. We'll place a smooth stone slab diagonal to that right there. Then 2 stone brick slabs going back, 1 and 2. Then 1 stone brick slab diagonal right there, with a single smooth stone slab behind it right there. And for the next layer up right here, we have this stone top slab right there, or slab rather. We'll place a smooth stone slab diagonal to that, then a stone brick slab directly behind it, then 1 stone brick slab diagonal right there, with a single smooth stone slab right there. And that was our very last layering outline right there. So now we'll just go through and finish off the outline going through for that dark gray marking, and then we can fill everything in. So from this first layer right here, where we have those 2 stone brick slabs right there, skipping the first one, out from the second one, we'll go up a slab layer right there and place a stone brick slab in the next layer up right there. That'll join up with this one. We'll skip a slab going back right there, and from this one, we'll go up a slab layer and place one there, with a second going out from it right there to make that a row of 2. That'll connect up diagonally with this one from the next layer up right here. And directly out from this, we'll go up a slab layer right there and place one right there. Next, we'll have 1 diagonal to that right there, which will connect up with this one from the next layer up. Then from this row of 5 right here, we'll skip the first one. Out from the second one right here, we'll go up a slab layer and place a slab right there in the next layer up. Then 1 directly diagonal to it right here, which will connect up with this row of 4 from the next layer up. And now with the wings getting thin enough that it's starting to overlap nicely. So you can see in this next layer up here, we have that single one right there, then the 1 diagonal to it. We're just going to place 1 directly out from that, underneath the slab from the top face of the wing right there. You can see then we have 1 diagonal here, and then a second 1 diagonal in this row of 3. And then we'll follow this out here with let's see, we have that 1, 2, and 3 diagonal right there. Then directly out from that there, we'll place a single slab in that gap right there. Then continuing to follow this outline out here, we have that row of 2 from the layering outline right there, followed with 2 more going out right there, then 1 diagonal to it. In this row of 2 that forms right there, we're just going to place 1 more going out from the rearmost of the 2 right there, and that'll finish off the forward edge of that outline right there. So we can just work our way back with the rear edge. So in that single space right there that outline creates right there, we can just fill that in with the stone brick already to get that done there. Then we have those 2 going in right there, then the single 1 diagonal connecting with that one from the next layering outline. We'll fill that space in with the stone brick. Then we've got this row of 2 coming in right here. Also, let's just fill in that single space while we're at it right there to save a bit of confusion. Then we have that stone brick slab diagonal right there. 1 more diagonal connecting with that row of 3 from the next layering outline. We'll place a single stone brick slab going in from the rearmost of those 3 right there. We have that stone brick slab right there, 1 diagonal, and 1 from the next layering outline right there. In from that row of 2, we're going to skip the rearmost one. From the forwardmost one, we'll place 1 going in towards the center. That'll connect up with that one right there. Then we have the row of 2, and that 1 single one from the next layering outline right there. We'll place a single stone brick slab diagonal to that one, just like this. And that'll connect up with this next layering outline right here. From this, we'll skip the rearmost block, And from the second block forwards right there, we'll place 2 stone brick slabs going in towards the center right there. That'll connect up with this next layering outline. From here, we have this row of 6 right here. We'll skip the rearmost one, and from the second block right there, we'll place 1 more going in towards the center, like so. And that'll connect up with the very last layering outline. So, with all of that, we'll just fill all of the bottom face in again. So, starting just with the stone brick slabs, again to make things easier, everything in between that leading edge outline and the rear outline that we just created, with the stone brick slabs that is, everything between that and the outline for the next layer down will get filled in with the stone brick slabs. So, like this. And just keep on filling in the gray marking section here. And there we go. That's that done. So now, wherever we have an outline created in a section like this, all of these remaining spaces are going to get filled in with the smooth stone. So smooth stone there, and there, and filling in all of the remaining gaps in the wing, in this space right here. And we won't worry about this right here, because that's where the pylon will go, but let's place a single smooth stone slab right there in that space. So my apologies for missing that in my notes, but just make sure it looks exactly like that. But then working our way out from here, you can see that there are no gaps remaining, so the shape of the wing itself is complete. Next up here, we'll be putting in the engine pylons. So for this, we're going to grab the smooth stone, and we'll be coming to this single row of 3 of the temporary block markers that we had on the leading edge of the wing right here. So from this, from the bottommost of these 3 blocks right here, we're going to place 6 smooth stone full blocks going back. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Behind this here, we have a single smooth stone top slab. Above this, we're going to knock out that stone brick slab right there and replace it with a smooth stone full block. And we have another smooth stone full block going back from that right there. And then all of that space right here is just going to get filled in with the smooth stone like this. This is all we'll be building of the engine pylon for now. It will, of course, also go forwards to connect over the top of the engine right there, but the shape of that does vary with each of the 3 engines, so we'll be building the rest of that portion there once we get to the engine options themselves later on. So this is all we're going to be building for the engine pylon right here for now. So once that's done, what we can do is just clear out those 3 temporary blocks, like so. Next, we'll be putting in our 3 flap track fairings on the trailing edge of the wing right here. So for this, we're going to be working our way out, so from this very first innermost temporary block right here, underneath this, we're going to place a single smooth stone top slab right there. Then we have 4 smooth stone full blocks going forwards, 1, 2, 3, and 4, with a single smooth stone top slab forwards from that right there. Next, we'll grab the jungle trapdoor. I don't remember if I've mentioned this already in this tutorial, but this is the smooth stone texture here in the Aeroteam pack. Just use an iron trapdoor instead. But we'll be placing 2 of these underneath the center 2 blocks of that row of 4 right there, just to round that off a little bit more. For our next flap track fairing out right here, we have this single temporary block marker right there. We have a single smooth stone top slab beneath that right there, with 3 smooth stone full blocks going forwards. 1, 2, 3. And then 2 smooth stone top slabs forwards from that right there. 1 and 2. Like so. For our third and final flap track fairing right here, we have this row of 2 of the temporary blocks right here. We're going to knock out the forwardmost one and replace it with a single smooth stone bottom half slab right there. Next, we'll turn that stone brick top slab right there into a stone brick full block. Then turn these 2 smooth stone top slabs right there into smooth stone full blocks. And then a single smooth stone top slabs forwards from that right there. Next, from this row of 2 of the smooth stone full blocks that created there, underneath the rearmost of the 2, we'll place a jungle trapdoor right there, and a second one going back right there. And with that, that's all 3 of our flap track fairings in place. So we'll just clear out these 3 temporary blocks right here. Bam, bam, and bam. So once we have that, everything for the wing here, for the time being at least, is now finished. So what we're going to do is now build this on the right side of the aircraft. Now to do this, if you have access to World Edit, what we're going to do is place a temporary block diagonal to this smooth stone half slab right there, like this. We'll grab the wooden axe and select that temporary block by left-clicking on it right here, and clear out those temporary blocks. Then come to the base of the aircraft, the wing right here. Underneath this smooth stone top slab right there, we'll drop a temporary block going down right there, then select this as the second position by right-clicking on it right here. Then clear out that temporary block. Then we'll come to the center of the aircraft right here, stand over just any position right here in the dead center of the fuselage. We'll face the side of the aircraft, perpendicular right here, type / copy to copy this to the world edit clipboard, / flip to flip it horizontally, and then / paste to paste it over onto the right side of the aircraft. Now, if you don't have access to world edit, you are going to have to rebuild this wing by hand, and due to its sheer size, I won't be able to build this on camera. But what you can do is find a timestamp back to the start of the wing route in the video description below, or in the chapter markers in the play bar, and rebuild it in mirror fashion on the right side of the aircraft right here. So just make sure that you have that wing ready on the right side of the aircraft here, and I'll catch you once that's done. So, once you have your finished wing ready to go, it should look just like this. Since building in reverse can be pretty tedious, especially with a wing this big, here's a fly around just to make sure that all of your layers are looking correct. You can pause anytime on screen here if you need to count anything. But it should look just like this once it's finished. So what we're going to do, one last thing for the right side here, is switch this red nav light here out for its green counterpart on the right side of the aircraft. So where we have the single polished granite slab right here, we're going to knock that out and replace it with a prismarine brick slab right there. In the Aeroteam pack here, this is a nice green color for the green nav light on the right side of the aircraft. If you're in default and don't have that, the prismarine brick slab will be a lot more on the bluish side, so I'd recommend using dark prismarine instead for kind of more of a dark greenish hue for the green nav light. But with that, that is everything for the wings of the 767. Alright, so next up here, we'll be putting in the optional blended winglets. Now, as I did mention back to the introduction segment to the tutorial, the winglet is optional on this aircraft. Many were retrofitted with it, many weren't. So if you're building an aircraft without the winglets here, this is exactly as it would appear right here, with just the wingtip shown. So if you aren't installing the winglets on your aircraft, you can find a timestamp to the start of the engine segments in the tutorial below to skip right past this. And I'll see you then. Otherwise, if you're building the blended winglets right here, let's get going on that. So, at the wingtip right here, where we have these 3 smooth stone slabs right there, we're going to knock out the torches on those right there, and then replace these 3 smooth stone slabs with wool slabs going back, 1, 2, and 3 right here. Behind this, we're going to place a single temporary block there, and we'll just replace that single torch there on the rear face. So, torch right there, stick, replace tool, select and paste over, like so. Next, from these 3 slabs right here, out from the center block, we're going to place a single wool full block right there. We'll have an upside-down wool stair facing forwards, going forwards from that right there, with a top slab on the rear face. We have a single half slab on top of that top slab, and a second half slab going back. Next, from the wool full block right there, we'll place a single wool block diagonal to this, out right here. Then we have an upside-down wool stair facing backwards behind it, with a wool top slab back right there. On top of the top slab, a single wool full block, with another wool full block going forwards. Then on the rear face here, we're going to grab the Dead Brain Coral fan and place one of these right there. In the Aeroteam pack, this is a wool vertical slab right here. In default, you'll probably just want to use an upside-down stair instead to kind of round it off, but that layering won't be as smooth otherwise, so that's why we use the vertical slab for this rear face instead. So, once we have that, from this row of 2 here of the wool full blocks, we'll grab the birch trapdoor and place one of these on the top half of the rearmost block right there. On top of this, we have a single block of wool, with one more going back from it right here. Then, one going up from the rearmost of the 2 blocks. And on top of the forwardmost block right here, we have a single birch trapdoor on the bottom half, like this. Next, we'll grab the vertical slabs again and place one of these on the rear face of that top block right there, leaving a pattern looking just like this. And finally, we'll grab a torch and place that on the outside face of that single wool block right there, just like that. That'll be for the repositioned strobe light from the side of the wingtip right there. So, with that, that's everything for the winglet here, and we'll just repeat the same process on the right side of the aircraft. So, on this wingtip right here, we have these 2 torches, knocked those out there, as well as these 3 stone slabs on the wingtip right there. We have those 3 wool slabs going back right there, and a torch on the rear face, oops, like so. Then, we have a single block of wool coming out from the center block right there, upside down wool stair on the forward face there, top slab on the rear face, wool half slab on top, half slab going back from that right there. Then from the wool full block here, a wool block diagonal to that right there, with an upside down wool stair facing backwards behind it right there, and a wool top slab. 2 blocks of wool on top of those 2 right there, with a vertical slab on the rear face, like so. Then we have from the second block back right there, birch trapdoor on the top half, wool block on top, wool block going back, wool block going up, a trapdoor going forwards from that on the bottom half, and a single wool vertical slab on the rear face right there, and a torch out to the side, like so. And that is everything for the winglets. Alright, so next up here we have the two Pratt & Whitney PW4000 engines. Now, since this is the first engine set in the run here, I will mention again, just as I did in the introduction segment of the tutorial here, that we have 3 engine variants for the 767 here. So if you are using an engine variant other than the Pratt & Whitney PW4000, you can skip ahead to either the General Electric CF6 or the Rolls-Royce RB211 via the timestamps in the description below. So if those are indeed what you'll be using on your aircraft, then you can skip ahead to those sections, and I will catch you then. Otherwise, let's get going on those Pratt & Whitneys. So, for our 2 PW4000s here, let's start with the left side first. So, where we have these 2 smooth stone full blocks exposed on the front face of this kind of half stub of an engine pylon here, we're going to come to the topmost block right here, and on its forward face, coming out of this, we have 4 smooth stone full blocks right here. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then on top of this here, we're going to grab the juggle trapdoor, which I believe I've already mentioned. I'm not entirely sure though. In the Aeroteam pack here is a smooth stone texture like this, so just use an iron trapdoor instead in default. But we have 3 of these on top of the 3 rearmost of those 4 blocks right there. And that'll start off the bit of the engine pylon that connects into the top of the engine right here. So next up, we will, below that right here, place a single smooth stone full block right there. Then we have 2 blocks of wool going forwards, like this. Then we're going to grab the black wool full blocks. We'll place 2 of these going forwards right here. Now that we have that there, let's work forwards and finish off the inlet cowling. So, we have that smooth stone full block right there. We're going to place a single wool half slab going forwards from that, and then a smooth stone slab on the forward face right there. Below this we have a smooth stone top slab right there, then a smooth sandstone stair facing towards the inside of the aircraft right there, in from that. Then a smooth stone full block right there. And also, again, I can't remember if I mentioned this one in the tutorial yet, but the smooth sandstone stair here is, as you can see, a smooth stone stair texture like this. So in default, your best bet would probably be to blend this with stone instead of smooth stone, but this is what we're using here. So, from that smooth stone full block there, we have an upside down sandstone stair, this time facing in towards the center, or smooth stone stair I should say. Then a single smooth stone half slab going out from that right there, with a top slab beneath it, like this. One more top slab and half slab right there to bring that out. And then an upside down stair facing outwards, going out from the half slab on top right there. Then a smooth stone full block on top of that. A regular stair this time, facing outside, with a top slab in towards the center, and a single half slab on top of it right there. So that'll be the inlet cowling for the engine right here. And next we can finish off putting in the intake fan right here. So I'm going to grab, in addition to that black wool here, the netherbrick stairs. And below that black wool full block that we placed right there, we have a single netherbrick stair facing in towards the inside of the aircraft right here. Or rather, I should say, facing towards the left here, since this won't get flipped over when we mirror it to the other side of the aircraft, but we'll worry about that later here. So we have a regular stair facing towards the left right there. Then below this, we're going to place another regular stair facing towards the right here. Then to the right of that, we have a black wool full block right there. Then an upside down stair, this time facing towards the right again. And then an upside down stair facing towards the right side, or left rather, from facing the front of it, that is. So, looking just like this. So what that will construct here is this nice little stair design, situated in between 2 half slab layers right here, for the intake fan of the engine. And then behind this here, we're just going to close off all of those gaps with black wool full blocks. So black wool there, 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 and there, to make a 2x3 box behind, like so. Now that we have the intake fan in place there, we'll continue bringing the cowling back here. So on the inside of the aircraft right here, where we have the single smooth stone full block right there, we're going to place 4 blocks of wool going back right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. With a wool top slab, or half slab rather, on top of the rearmost block right there. Then a wool stair facing backwards, and then 2 blocks of wool right in there. Next, we're going to grab the birch trapdoor, and from these 2 wool full blocks on top right here, from the rearmost one, we'll place a trapdoor coming in towards the center on the bottom half of that block right there. And that'll be for an aerodynamic straight on the inboard side of the engine right here. So, once we have that, beneath right here, we're going to place 3 blocks going back this time with the wool. 1, 2, and 3. And then a wool top slab right there. On the underside, we're going to come to these 2 smooth stone top slabs, and we'll place 3 wool top slabs going back from both of these right here. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then a birch trapdoor going back from each of those right there, with a wool half slab on top of both, like so. And then to close off the outboard side of the engine right here, it'll be pretty much the same thing we did on the inboard side there. So back from that smooth stone full block there, 4 blocks of wool, then a wool half slab on top of the rearmost one there, wool stair facing backwards, and 2 wool full blocks there. Except this time we don't have the aerodynamic straight on the outboard side, it's only on the inboard right there. So, leaving that as it is, then on the underside right here, 3 wool full blocks going back, and then a top slab in that place right there. And then for this little bit in here, we have 2 wool half slabs going back from the smooth stone right there, 1 and 2. And then dropping down a layer right here, behind that black wool there, we have 2 white wool full blocks to close off that gap from the outboard side there. And then 2 birch trapdoors on top of that right there to round that off a little bit more. So that's the main outer cowling complete right there. And to fill up this little bit of empty space on the inside here, we're just going to grab the black wool, place a 2x2 of black wool right there, and then 2 stone blocks across the center right there to close up the interior of the engine. Next we'll be finishing off the exhaust cone at the rear here. So, back from that row of 2 of the stone blocks, we have 2 smooth stone blocks right there. And on both sides of that here, we have a stone button out to the sides. And then only on the right side, not on the left, but on the right side, we have a smooth stone full block there. And on the left, it's going to be a smooth stone stair facing towards the left side right there for a vent that is only on the left side of the exhaust cone right here. Or exhaust nozzle, I should say. Then underneath this here, we have 2 smooth stone top slabs right in there. And then 2 jungle trapdoors going back from that right there. And on top of the smooth stone and stair right there, we have 2 smooth stone half slabs, like so. Then for the dark gray metal portion of the last bit of the exhaust nozzle curvature right here on the PW4000s, we're going to switch over to the diorite material here. We're going to place one of those going back from the smooth stone there, and one back from the stair. And then grab the dark oak trapdoor, same as we used in the gear bay right there. This texture to blend, again, in default, iron trapdoor, but one of those on top, and then 2 of those below right there. Then finally, we're going to grab the horn coral fan, which in the Aeroteam pack here is a vertical slab to match that diorite texture, like so. On the right side here, we're going to place a temporary block like this, horn coral fan to the left, and then a horn coral fan to the right. We're going to select that one with the replace tool there, clear that out, and then paste it over, like so. Now if you can't include these vertical slabs here, then you can probably just use 2 full blocks in its place right there. But what that helps to do otherwise is to taper this whole cone out right here, and it greatly improves the shaping, so that's why we're using the vertical slabs there. And then the only thing left to do for us now on the left side here at least is to grab a don't have it in my inventory, spruce trapdoor right here, and place one of those back from that vertical slab right there on the underside of that smooth stone block right there, just for a little bit of curvature coming in from the engine pylon connection right there. But with that, that is everything for the PW4000 there. So, we're just going to build the same thing on the right side. However, it is of course going to have a few slight changes, as I mentioned with that exhaust cone especially there. So, flying over to the right engine right here, or right pylon at least, we have those 2 exposed smooth stone full blocks there. Forwards from the top one right here, 4 smooth stone full blocks, and then 3 trapdoors on top of that, like so, leaving the 4th one exposed. Then a wool half slab going forwards from that, with a smooth stone half slab forwards right there. Top slab underneath, then in towards the center right here, a smooth stone stair facing in towards the center of the aircraft, smooth stone full block below, upside down stair facing towards the center, half slab in towards the center right there, or going out this time rather, half slab right there, then 2 top slabs beneath it right there, then a upside down stair facing outwards right there, with a smooth stone full block on top, stair facing towards the outside, top slab in towards the center, and a half slab on top right there for that circular inlet cowling right there. Now we're just going to build that same intake fan that we did on the left side there, but without mirroring it this time. So, with the black wool and netherbrick stairs right here, not slabs, we're going to first place on the left side right there, a netherbrick stair facing towards the right there. Well, I say that is facing down the engine right here rather than down the aircraft as I usually do, but this way, facing towards the right, like so, with a black wool full block right there on the right side. Then on top of the stair right there, a regular netherbrick stair facing towards the left, like so, with a full block on top. Then we have an upside down netherbrick stair facing towards the right from that middle block right there, and then one facing towards the left on top of that, both upside down, making a pattern looking just like this. Then behind that right there, we'll place a 2x3 with the black wool to block that off, and we'll just get out of the way with that single 2x2 in the center right there, just for later on. Then for the inboard side of the engine cowling right here, from that smooth stone full block, 4 blocks of wool going back, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Half slab on top, we'll stair facing backwards, 2 blocks right in there. And again, on the inboard side right here, so the opposite side as we did on the left side, we'll place in our aerodynamic strike. So, from those 2 blocks right there, second one back, trapdoor on the lower half of that block, like so. Then beneath here, we have the 3 blocks of wool right there, and a wool top slab. Then below, 3 top slabs going back on both sides right there, a birch trapdoor back from both of those right there, and wool full block on top to close that off. Next right here, the 4 blocks of wool going back, wool half slab, wool stair facing backwards, 2 blocks in there, no aerodynamic strike on the upboard side this time, and then the 3 blocks of wool going back with the top slab right in there. And then to close this bit all off here, we have those 2 wool half slabs going back right there, 2 blocks of wool in that space to close that off, and then 2 birch trapdoors on top to finish off the curvature of the engine cowling. Then we'll just place 2 more blocks of wool going back from that black wool block right there to close off that gap from the left side. And then the 2 blocks of stone right there in the center to finish off the engine right there. We also have a smooth stone full block in that gap right there, beneath the one that we started that row of 4 with, to close that off. And then behind the stone right there, we have those 2 smooth stone full blocks right there. Next, only on the right side, that smooth stone full block right there. And then we'll grab the smooth sandstone stairs and place one of those going to the left, like so. So this vent will be on the opposite side as it was from the left side right there. Well, that is, still facing to the left, but it won't be on the outboard side, since the vent design here doesn't get mirrored. It'll be on the inside of the engine for the right engine right here. So, then we have our 2 smooth stone top slabs right there beneath, and then the 2 trapdoors going back, and then the 2 half slabs on top of those 2 exposed smooth stone blocks right there. Then a stone button, and that'll go on the right side of that forwardmost block right there, like so. And then same thing on the left side right there. Then we'll switch over to the diorite. We have 2 diorite going back from the center right there. Diorite trapdoors underneath, or dark oak trapdoors that is. And then 1 more on the top of that block right there. And then we'll place in our vertical slabs. So temporary block on the left, horn coil fan going towards the outside of the aircraft there. 1 towards the inside, select that inside one, and place it over the temporary block right there. Then we just have that single stone trapdoor underneath the engine pylon right there, back from that vertical slab. And with that, that is everything for our 2 Pratt & Whitney PW4000s. So, next in line in the tutorial here will be the other 2 engine options, which you obviously won't be building if you've selected these ones for your aircraft. So what you'll be doing next is just using the timestamps in the description below to skip ahead to the interior section. So, I'll see you then. Alright, so for our 2 General Electric CF6 engines right here, we'll be starting with the left one. So, coming to the stub of the engine pylon right here, where we have these 2 smooth stone full blocks exposed, we'll be placing from the top one right here, 4 smooth stone full blocks going forwards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then on top of this right here, forwards from the smooth stone half slab there, we'll place 2 jungle trapdoors going forwards right there. Next, from the smooth stone full block there, we have a single wool half slab going forwards. Then, we're going to switch over to the stone block. We'll be placing a single stone half slab forwards from that wool slab right there, with a top slab beneath it, like so. Then we have a stone regular stair facing towards the inside of the aircraft right here, to the left of that. Then a stone full block beneath it, and a stone upside down stair facing towards the center of the aircraft below. Then a half slab in towards the center, with a top slab beneath it right there. 1 more top slab and half slab going out from that. And then a upside down stone stair facing outside right there. Stone full block on top, then a regular stair this time, facing out right there. Top slab in towards the center, and a half slab on top, making a circular pattern for the intake cowling looking just like this. Now going back here, we're going to place in our intake fan. So we're going to grab the end stone bricks and end stone brick stairs, which in the Aeroteam pack is a black brick texture, like this. Just use nether brick instead in default. But facing down the engine right here, this way, from the right slab right here on the bottom, we'll be placing a end stone brick full block back from that right there. And then a stair facing towards the right side, like this. Next, we're going to place an a regular stair facing towards the left, right there. Then an upside down stair facing towards the right, to the right from that right there. Then on top of this, we have a full block on the left block right there. And then an upside down stair on the right side facing to the left, like, if I can place it in here. So, I have to use some temporary blocks to get it in place. So So that'll make a fan shape looking just like this, with the stairs situated in between two block layers here, since we are building on a half-slab surface. Now, we are going to be coming back to this later with World Edit to corner off these stairs and just flatten out the fan a little bit more, but since the rest of the, building the rest of the cowling around that there will deliver block updates to those stairs and revert them to their normal positions anyways, we can't do that until the very end here, so we can just throw away those materials for now. So, to continue on with the cowling here, we're going to grab our wool textures, and going back from the, let's see, we'll start on the left side right here. So from this top stone stair right there, we're going to place 2 blocks of wool going back, 1 and 2. On the left side of this is going to have a stone button right there. We have a wool stair going back from that there, facing backwards, and a wool half slab behind it right there. Block of wool down right there, and a wool top slab beneath it. On the side of this wool block right there, we're going to place down a dartboard button, which, as mentioned earlier here, is a red concrete texture like this. Just use acacia instead in default. But once we have that there, forward from that top slab, we have 3 blocks of wool, and 3 blocks of wool on top. Then up here, behind that stone half slab on the intake right there, we have 3 wool half slabs going back, with a full block of wool beneath right there to seal that off. Actually, this is going to be a top slab right there, as we're leaving the space open for the engine interior right here. We have another top slab going back right there, and a birch trapdoor on top of it, like so. Now for the bottom of the cowling right here, going back from these 2 stone top slabs from the intake right there, we're going to place down 3 wool top slabs going back, 1, 2, and 3, on the left side right here, a birch trapdoor right there, and a wool half slab on top of it. On the right side right here, we have 4 wool top slabs going back, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and another half slab on top right there. On the underside of the CF6 here, there's a little tab coming out from the center there. That's what that's representing. And then for the inside of the cowling right here, going back from that top stone stair right there, we have 2 blocks of wool going back, stone button on the side right there, wool stair facing backwards, and a wool slab right there. 2 top slabs inside right there in the center to close that off. Then beneath this right here, we have that row of 4 of the wool with a dartboard button on the side right there. Then 3 wool underneath that, and a wool top slab going back, like so. Now, only on the inside right here, not on the outside, but on the inside we have an aerodynamic straight coming off as well right here. So, for this, beneath this stone button right here, on the block below, right here, we're going to place a birch trapdoor coming in towards the center on the top half of that block right there. Then going back from this, and a block up right there, from that stair, we have a birch trapdoor on the bottom half, and that'll angle that straight just a little bit right there. Next here, let's come on to the inside of the engine right here and finish off this base. So, behind the fan right here, where we have that empty gap right there, in front of the 2 wool half slabs, we're going to grab the prismarine brick slab and place 2 of those right there. In the Aeroteam pack here, this is a green texture, just use prismarine brick instead in default. But now for the core of the engine right here, going back from these 2 center blocks, on the right side we're going to place 2 temporary blocks going back. Then we're going to grab the fire coral fan, which in the Aeroteam pack here is a stone vertical slab texture. We're going to place 2 of these on the left side right there, and then place 1 just anywhere on any block face facing to the right here. Select that with the replace tool, and place it down those, oops, undo that, paste it down those 2 temporary blocks on the right side there. And that will situate this stone block texture right down the center right there for the core of the engine. If you don't have access to the Aeroteam pack, you can probably just leave those as 2 full blocks running down the center, just to kind of still give the impression of that, but this makes it much nicer and allows you to see down the inside of the cowling from the outside. So once we have that, what we can also do is grab the Dead Brain Coral Fan, which in the Aeroteam pack here is a white wool vertical slab. We're going to place 1 of these facing to the left, just anywhere. Select that, and on the right side of the cowling right here, we have that white wool full block surrounded by the 2 wool top slabs. We're going to paste that in right there, and this will allow a gap to be seen down the inside of the cowling right there once we put in the exhaust at the rear here. So again, not too crucial of a detail if you don't have vertical slabs here, but it does help immensely with the character of the engine if you can include these details. So, let's see, just 1 more facing to the right, just anywhere. Select that and paste it over the left one right there, like so. Now we can work on cornering off those fan blades right there before we continue on with the exhaust here, as I mentioned. So what we're going to do for this is grab those endstone brick stairs again, and we're going to place 1 of these facing to the right, just anywhere, and corner it off with a stair facing forwards, like so. We're going to select that one with World Edit and paste it over the bottom left fan blade right there. Next, we're going to place 1 facing to the right, or left, sorry, rather, facing down the engine right here, cornered off with a stair facing forwards to the left right there. Select that and paste it over the center left stair right there. Next, we have an upside down stair facing to the right, cornered off with a stair facing forwards. Select that and paste it over the center right stair right there. And finally, we have an upside down stair facing to the left, and corner that off. Select that and paste it over the top right stair right there. So this will flatten out the intake fan there to give it a little bit more depth. And again, if you can't use World Edit to replace those stairs, you can either use the debug stick in vanilla, or just leave it as it is with the stairs just facing directly sideways. But that is what we have going on there. So, up next here for the exhaust, what we're going to do is grab the stone block, and behind these two stone vertical slabs right there, we're going to place two stone blocks across the center, like so. Then, with the smooth stone, we have one smooth stone full block on the left side right there. Then we're going to grab the, I forget which one it is now. There we are, smooth sandstone stairs, which I didn't have in my inventory for some reason, my apologies. But we have one of these smooth sandstone stairs, the smooth stone texture, facing to the right side right there, to the right of that smooth stone full block right there. This is for a vent that is only present on the right side of the exhaust cone right here, or exhaust nozzle rather. Next, going back from this here, we have two stone brick full blocks, then two temporary blocks across the back right there. We're going to grab the bubble coral fan, which in the Aeroteam pack here is a stone brick vertical slab right here. We're going to place one facing to the right, select that, paste it over that rightmost block, and place one facing to the left, select and paste over the leftmost block, and that'll help with the tapering of the exhaust nozzle there. Again, if default without these vertical slabs, you can probably just leave that as a 2x2 box of the stone brick, but it'll look a little bit chunkier than it needs to otherwise. So, once we have that to, well, finish tapering off the exhaust right here, we're going to grab the another texture I don't have in my inventory. We're going to grab the smooth stone slabs right here, place two of those underneath the smooth stone right there, the full block and the stair. And then forwards from this, well actually, on top of this, first we can knock out that single smooth stone full block right there, the forwardmost one from the engine pylon. And we're going to place another stair facing to the right there, and then one facing to the left of that, like so. Next, forwards from those two top slabs, we're going to grab the stone stairs. And we have two stone stairs facing away from each other, underneath that right there. And then another two on top of those two stone blocks, again facing away from each other. This time regular stairs rather than upside down, just like that. And then we're going to grab the spruce trapdoor, stone trapdoor texture again, and place one of those on either side of that stone block right there. This is for a slightly darkened and raised ring around the forward edge of the exhaust nozzle right there. And now you can also see what that vertical slab does right there on the cowling. It allows you to see right in through to the inside of the engine core, just like you would in a real-life high-bypass turbine like this. And to finish this off, we're going to place a single temporary block to the left of that leftmost stair on top right there, and a stone button. Place that facing to the left right there, select that, and then paste over the temporary block for a final detail on the exhaust nozzle. Next, to finish off the pylon here, and the engine itself, we're going to grab the dark oak trapdoor. We're going to place two of those going back from the not the temporary blocks, from the vertical slabs right there, underneath the engine pylon, like so. And finally, we're going to grab the cyan terracotta, and this very last smooth stone block in that long row right there, we're going to knock that out and replace it with the cyan terracotta right there for a little bit of darkened texture that's unique to the CF6 engine right here on its pylon connection. And I'm sorry, I actually misread my notes here. I was wondering why the tapering looked a little bit weird on that exhaust nozzle right there. So that's not supposed to be a smooth stone stair right there. We're going to knock that out and replace it with a stone slab right on top of that smooth stone full block right there. So that's going to make the tapering much more nice and realistic, like so. So with that, that is everything for the CF6 engine. So, we're just going to do the same thing on the right side right here, and I will be building this on camera as well, and there are a few asymmetries to note as well from the left side right there. So, we'll continue on with the engine here. So, from the two blocks exposed on the engine pylon right there, we're going to place from the top one right here, 4 blocks of smooth stone going forwards, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then the 2 trapdoors on top right there. I'll be taking this one a little bit faster as well, since we have already completed it once. So, we have the wool slab right there, and then with the stone for the intake cowling right here, stone slab forwards from that there, 1 to the left, 2 top slabs underneath right there, then the stairs facing out from those top slabs right there. Full blocks underneath both of the stairs. Upside down stairs facing out to the side right there. 2 half slabs connecting them, and 2 top slabs beneath, like so. Next we'll place in the 2 half slabs going back from those 2 right there, and the 2 top slabs on top. We'll grab the end stone bricks, and on the right side here, facing down the engine that is, we have the full block right there, the stair facing to the right, to the left of that, oops, there we go, then the stair facing to the left on top of that, on the left block right there, upside down stair facing to the right on the right block, full block on the left block right there, and the upside down stair to the left right there, like so. And then for the cowling here, grabbing the wool again, we have on the outside right here first, 2 full blocks of wool going back from the stair right there, wool stair, and the wool slab, and then the stone button on the right side of the second wool full block back right there. Then we have the 3 slabs going back from that stone slab right there, top slab beneath, another top slab going back right there, and the birch trapdoor on top. Beneath this right here, we have the 4 wool blocks going back, with the dark oak button to the outside of that last block that we placed right there. 3 blocks of wool going back, and the top slab right there. Next we have 3 wool top slabs going back from that rightmost block right there, birch trapdoor, and a half slab on top. Then 4 top slabs going back from the left side right there, and a half slab on top, like so. Then from that stair right there, 3 blocks of wool top slab, wool full block on top right there with a dark oak button, 3 blocks of wool forwards from that, 2 blocks of wool back from the stair right there, stone button, wool full block going back, and a slab right there. And then 2 more slabs in towards the center to close that off. And we can go ahead and place in, well, let's see, yeah, we'll start with those 2 prismarine brick slabs on the bottom, then the fire coral fan, 2 temporary blocks right there, 2 fire coral fans, and then select and paste over for the engine core. Then we'll finish off the cowling right here with the vertical slabs on the rear block of that center row, like so. And then for the cornering off of the stairs right here, we'll place 1 facing to the right here, corner that off with the stair facing forwards, select that, paste over the bottom left one right there, then an upside down stair facing to the left, corner that off, select, and paste over the top right stair right there. Next we have a regular stair facing to the left, corner that off, select that, paste over the center left stair, and then an upside down stair facing to the right, corner that off, select, and paste over the center right stair, like so. And that is everything for the forward cowling right there. So, we'll continue on with the exhaust here. So, 2 stone blocks across the center right there. We'll grab the stone stairs. We have 2 of those facing into each other on top, and 2 upside down stairs facing into each other below right there. Grab the trapdoor, close one of those against the sides of those stone blocks right there. And on the right side only, a temporary block to the right of that stone stair right there. Stone button, select, and paste over. And for the lighter shade of the exhaust nozzle right here, on the left side we have a smooth stone full block right there. And on the right side, it's going to be a smooth sandstone stair facing to the right there, that smooth stone texture, with a stone slab on top of it right here. So as you'll remember from the left one right there, it was also on the right side here. This doesn't get mirrored as it flips over to the right side. This is not symmetrical on the aircraft. It is always on the right side of the engine here, this vent on the General Electric CF6. So, 2 smooth stone top slabs beneath that right there, and then 2 stone brick full blocks across the center, and the temporary block on the left side right there. Grab the bubble coral fan, one of those on the right there, one on the left, select that and paste over the temporary block, like so. And then to finish off the pylon going back there, 2 dark oak trapdoors on the underside of the engine pylon right there, and then swap out that last full block for the cyan terracotta. Lastly, we'll place in the aerodynamic strake on the inboard side right there. So, with the birch trapdoor right there, beneath that stone button right there, trapdoor on the top half, block back and up, we have that stair right there, and one on the bottom half right there. So, with that, that is everything for the General Electric CF6. So with the engines done now, up next in the tutorial is the engine section for the Rolls-Royce RB211s. Since you have these right here, you won't be building those, and you can skip on ahead to the interior via the timestamps in the description below. So, I'll catch you then. Alright, so for our 2 Rolls-Royce RB211 engines here, we'll be starting from the engine pylon right here, where we have these 2 exposed smooth stone full blocks right there. From the top one, we're going to place 4 smooth stone full blocks going forwards, 1, 2, 3, and 4, with a smooth stone half slab forwards from that right there. Next, beneath this right here, we're going to place, starting from this block right here, 3 blocks of wool going back right there. Then we're going to grab the light gray glazed terracotta. Did the Aeroteam pack here, this is a white and black vent texture, just like this, for a vent on the side of the pylons. Now, since the terracotta has 4 different rotational orientations, 2 of them are with the grate texture horizontal like this, and the other 2 are with it being vertical like this. We want the texture where the grates are horizontal, since that's how they appear in the real aircraft, so just make sure that you're using that texture right there. And then behind this right there we have a smooth stone full block, like so. Next, for the inlet cowling here, forwards from this row of 3 wool blocks right there, we're going to place a stone block, with 1 more going to the right. Then with the spruce trapdoor, which in the Aeroteam pack again is a stone texture like this, iron trapdoor in default, we have 1 out to the right here on the bottom half, and then 1 to the left on the bottom half as well. Below this, a column of 2 stone blocks on each side, then 1 trapdoor underneath both of those on the top half there, and then 2 stone full blocks between those 2, making a circle just like this. Next, to curve this off a little bit more, we're going to place 2 trapdoors closed against the forward edge of those top 2 blocks right there. And then on these columns of 2 right here, on the top block only, we're going to place another trapdoor closed against it right there. Since the RB211 does sit at a bit of a forwards incline on the 767 here, that will kind of demonstrate that angle there at the forward edge of the cowling. Next, for the intake fan in the center here, in this row of, this 2x2 block in the center, we're going to grab the end stone brick stairs here, which in the Aeroteam pack here is a black brick texture, like this. Use nether brick instead in default, or blackstone actually, come to think of it. Actually no, use nether brick. Blackstone has more of a purple tint to it, now that I remember. Anyways, once we have that, we're going to drop a block back from the inlet right here, and we have an upside down stair facing to the right on the forward left bottom block right there, looking down the engine that is, like so. Then a regular stair coming to the right of that, facing to the right. Then a regular stair on top of that, facing to the left, and an upside-down stair facing to the left of that, making a fan pattern looking just like that. Next, we're going to grab the diorite wall and place a 2x2 block of this behind the intake fan right there. And then with the polished andesite slabs, we have, on the bottom block here, 2 top slabs going back on each side, and then 2 half slabs going back on top. And that'll just finish off this kind of center core bit of the engine right here. And then we'll wall this off with a 2x2 block of mossy stone brick walls, which, again, I can't remember if we've used this already, but this is a stone texture here in the Aeroteam pack. Just use stone brick in default instead for those 2. Now that we have the core of the engine finished off, we can build the engine cowling around it. So, with the wool blocks now, let's start on the left side here. So, back from this row of 2 right here, on the top block, we're going to place 5 wool blocks going back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then 5 going back below it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then, underneath this, on the forward edge right here, we're going to place 3 wool top slabs going back. 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to grab the jungle buttons here, and from the center block of these 3 right here, we're going to place a temporary block out to the side. Jungle button right there. Grab the replace tool, select that, and paste over for a little straight coming out of the side right there. Again, if you don't have access to world edit, you can just skip on that one, or use the debug stick to get it in place. But once we have that there, we'll go up a block and 1 back right there, and place a stone full block, or a stone button rather, on the middle block of that row of 5, like so. That'll finish off the detailing on that side. Then on top right here, from this 4 block, we're going to place 2 wool half slabs going back, then 2 birch trapdoors going back, and then behind this stone full block right there, we have 3 wool full blocks going back, 1, 2, and 3, and a wool regular stair going backwards right there, and wool half slab, like so. Next, coming over to the inboard side here, back from this row of 2 right here, we're going to place 5 wool full blocks going back from both of these right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. We don't have any buttons on this side, that detailing's only on the outboard side there. So, the 3 wool top slabs underneath the forwardmost 3 blocks right there. And then in the center here on the bottom, we have 3 wool full blocks going back from both of these stone blocks, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. Then 2 wool upside down stairs, and a wool top slab going back from both of those, like so. Then to flush off the top layering right here, we have 2 wool half slabs going back, and then the 2 birch trapdoors back right there. For the final detail on the inboard side right here, from those 2 wool slabs that we just placed down, for the forwardmost one, we're going to place a birch trapdoor on the bottom half right there, coming in towards the center from that for a aerodynamic straight on the inboard side of the engine right there. So that's the bulk of the engine cowling done there. Now we'll just put in the exhaust at the rear here. So for this, we're going to grab the stone stairs. We'll place a 3-long kind of tube with the stone stairs here. So on the top block, we have on the left side here 3 upside-down stairs facing to the right, and then to the right of that, 3 upside-down stairs facing to the left, and then the same thing with regular stairs on the bottom, making a tube looking just like this. Next, on the underside here, we're going to place down 2 diorite top slabs right there. Well, a row of 2, that is, not 2 going back from each side. And then a row of 2 of the dark oak trapdoors on the bottom right there. On the top right here, on this, well, on the outboard side only, since the right side is covered by the pylon, we're going to place a diorite slab right there and a trapdoor going back. And this time we can place down a gray carpet on top right there just to flush out that coloration a little bit. Then we're going to grab the horn coral fan, which in the Aeroteam pack here is a diorite vertical slab, well, dark gray vertical slab that is. We're going to place a 2x2 box of this right here on the forwardmost 2 right there, leaving this last block exposed right there. Now on the Aeroteam server here, we use a plugin to keep these coral fans alive. For the dead coral fans, it's fine that we use for our vertical slabs, but with these regular coral fans, when they are not exposed to water, they will die and turn into their dead coral fan state. So to keep these preserved like this, if you are without access to such a resource as that, what you can do is, instead of just having the tube exposed all the way down here, which is more realistic, but to fix that, you can turn this last stair right there into a corner stair, closing off that wall right there, and then just seal off this tube there with stone full blocks or something instead. So you don't get the view down the length there, but that will allow you to waterlog that 2x2 box in there, and then place down the coral fans on the outside of those waterlogged stairs. And that will keep them alive and leave the coloration intact. Another trick you can try using is to place down temporary blocks in their place right here, like this. Place down a horn coral fan anywhere else, grab it with the replace tool, then make sure you're in //fast mode, and then paste over those temporary blocks like so. That should, in theory, prevent these horn coral fans from disintegrating, and that did work for us as well before we got the coral stay plugin that allowed them to stay like that without dying, but I have heard people say that that doesn't work at all for them, even in fast mode, so that stair workaround otherwise with waterlogging is kind of a last resort for that. Finally, if you are in default without these vertical slabs there, you can just use a 2x2 box of stone brick stairs or something instead to kind of even out that curvature there. But hopefully with all of those you're able to find a solution that works for you. But this is what we're using here with this 2x2 box of the horn coral fans there. So I'll just repair that little bit of the stair tube there, and then we can place in that 2x2 box on the right side as well. And that will finish off the exhaust curvature there. So the RB211 has a pretty cool exhaust design where on other engines, the intake fan bypassed around the core of the engine with a much smaller exhaust cone in the center. On the RB211, it's all a sleek tube like this with an exhaust mixer instead at the rear that merges all of that together. So you end up with this very tube-like engine instead of the much chunkier traditional turbofan. So to finish off the engine on this side, we're going to grab the dark oak trapdoors again. And underneath these 3 smooth stone full blocks right there, we're going to place 3 dark oak trapdoors for the darkened metal portion on the underside of the pylon there. And then we're going to move this a block backwards. So with the smooth stone there, replace that top slab with a smooth stone full block, then drop a smooth stone top slab behind that, and then replace that top slab there with a full block like so. Since the RB211 has a much more angular pylon connection than the other 2 engines of the 767. But once we have that, that is everything for the RB211 here. So we'll just be doing the same thing on the right side of the aircraft. So let me scroll back up in my notes here. I'll be taking this side a little bit faster since we've already done it, but I will still be doing it on camera here since there are some asymmetries. So with the wool blocks here, well actually first we have the row of 2 smooth stone full blocks going forwards from those 2 exposed ones right there. Then on the bottom block here, the light gray glazed terracotta for the horizontally aligned vent right there, not the vertically aligned bars like this. Then 3 wool full blocks going forwards from this, 1, 2, and 3. Smooth stone top slab on top of that right there, and then 3 smooth stone full blocks going back. Next we'll grab the stone blocks. We have a stone block in front of the wool right there, then 1 more out from that right there. Trapdoor on either side, then 2 stone full blocks going down, trapdoor underneath, 2 stone full blocks in the center, then 2 closed against the forward edge of those 2 top blocks right there, and then on the top block of those row of 2, just like that, or columns of 2 rather. Then, with the wool here, we have on the bottom 3 wool full blocks going back, 1, 2, and 3, 2 wool upside down stairs, and 2 wool top slabs, like so. Then with the end stone brick stairs, we have an upside down stair facing to the right on the left block right there, then a regular stair facing to the right on the right block, regular stair facing to the left on top of the right block, and an upside down stair facing to the left of that, making a fan design like so. Then we have our 2x2 blocks of the diorite walls right here, then 2 polished andesite top slabs going back from both of those bottom blocks, and then a 2x2 box of the half slabs on top of that. Then the 2x2 box of the stone walls right there to finish off the engine core. And then, on the outboard side right here, 5 blocks going back from the bottom of those 2 stone blocks right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Stone button in the center of those 5 blocks. Then 3 top slabs on the bottom right here, going, well, from the forward block that is. 1, 2, and 3. Temporary block out to the side of the center. Grab the jundle button, select, and paste. 5 wool full blocks on top of that. Then 2 wool half slabs going back right there. 2 trapdoors going back, 1 and 2. And then in the center there, 1, 2, and 3 wool full blocks, wool stair, and a wool half slab going back. On the inboard side right here, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 wool full blocks right there. Then 2 slabs, and 2 trapdoors going back. And from the forward block of those 2 slabs right there, 1 bottom half trapdoor in towards the center for that aerodynamic straight there. Then underneath here we have another row of 5 of the wool full blocks, no button detailing on the inboard side this time, and then 3 wool top slabs going back right there. Then to finish off the exhaust nozzle right here, we'll grab the stone stairs and make our 3 long tube right here. 3 regular stairs, and oops, that cornered off. That was that one there. Then the 3 upside down stairs. Well, that was a poor placement I made right there. Let's do those upside down stairs on top first, like so. That'll work better. There we go. 3 long tube, like so, and then diorite half slab on top, trapdoor right there. 2 diorite half slabs, 2 diorite trapdoors, and then a 2x2 box of the horn coral fans on each side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 3 dark oak trapdoors on the underside of the pylon right there. And then we'll move the curvature of the pylon there 1 block back. So stone full block, stone top slab, and a stone full block there. Smooth stone that is, of course. And lastly, the gray carpet on top of that right there, just to make the coloring a little bit more consistent. But once we have that all in place, that is everything for the Rolls-Royce RB211. Alright, so next up here we'll be working on the interior. So we'll just pop on into the inside of the aircraft right here, and we'll be starting with the cargo holds. So for the forward cargo hold right here, you'll remember when we were working on the exterior, we placed in those stairs instead of the full blocks for this forward section right here. So from the wool block immediately forwards from that row of stairs right there, on the right side, we're going to place down a birch door right there. And then 2 wool blocks to the left of it just to close off that front wall, like so. That door will be access to the avionics bay, which we'll get to later. But for now, we're just going to focus on this cargo hold right here. So, let's see. In line with the cargo door right here, where we have this quartz stair, we're going to place a row of 3 of the jundle trapdoors across the center right here, which is a smooth stone texture here in default. Again, iron trapdoors, or in the Aeroteam pack rather. Again, use iron trapdoors instead in default. And then back from this here, 1, 2, 3, and 4 more to align with the rear edge of that cargo door, and box that all off like so. Next, in the forward gap right here, we're going to place 4 light gray carpets on each side on the outer blocks right there, with a stone button on the front block in the center right here, aligned perpendicular with the aircraft. Then a stone pressure plate right there, another button aligned perpendicular, and a stone pressure plate right there. So this will be for the track detailing here, how the pallets are loaded on the inside of the aircraft. And we'll just repeat that same pattern right there in this rear gap right here. So first of all, we can close this rear gap behind the last stair right there, off with just a row of 3 of the wool full blocks. Then we have 5 light gray carpets on each side right there. And then starting from the rear right here, a pressure plate, stone button, pressure plate, stone button, and pressure plate, like so. Next, coming forwards here, let's put in the avionics bay. So where we have that birch door right there, we're just going to place another wall full block to the right of it, and then 3 to the left right there to flush off that wall. Then in this gap here, forwards from that, in the center block right beside the door right here, we're going to place down 2 green concretes on top of each other, with an acacia button on forwards from the top block, like so. Then we're going to grab end stone, skipping a block forwards from those concretes right there. We're going to place 3 end stone across the center right there, with 1 more on top of the center block. Just 1 on top of that right there. Then, on the row of 3 right here, from the center block right there, we're going to close a jungle trapdoor against the rear edge of that block right there. Then we can grab the stone bricks, and along the sides right here, we'll place down a row of 3 stone bricks, filling in that gap right there. And then to close off the walls right here, we're going to grab dark oak trapdoors and place 2 of those against the wall right there, and then 3 closed against the stone bricks right there. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3. Then we'll grab black wool, and forwards from that trapdoor right there, and this gap right here, we're going to place down a row of 3, just to close off that front edge right there. And that will be the border between the avionics bay and the gear well in there. So, with the avionics bay all finished off now, to close off the forward cargo hold right here, we'll come to the rear edge right here, where we have this row of wool across the back right here. We're going to place down another row of 5 on top of that right there. And then, with the birch trapdoors, we have a row of 5 birch trapdoors on the top half right there. And we're going to bring this all the way flush with the forward wall that we built right there for the avionics bay. So, just place birch trapdoors closed up against here. This will give us still pretty much 2 blocks of space underneath here for the cargo hold in here, while still giving us a flat floor to work with for the cabin at the correct height according to the aircraft's real dimensions. And there we go. So with that floor in place now, we can next move on to the rear cargo hold. So for this, for the rear wall of the cargo hold right here, you can see it's kind of already finished off just by the shape of the tail cone here. So where we have these 2 blocks on either side, in between those we're just going to place 1 single block of wool there, and then 3 across the center right there to close off that. Then up at the front edge here, you can see we have this row of stairs in place already. We're going to extend this forwards with 3 more wool stairs facing in towards the center. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Then in front of this here, we have a row of 5 wool across. That should come right up against these wheel wells right there. And then another row of 5 right there. Next, we'll grab the jungle trapdoors and put in the side connection tracks. So on the right side of the aircraft here, we have the aft cargo door. This one's a little bit smaller than the forward cargo door here. It's only 3 long instead of 5. So, in from the center of this forwardmost quartz slab right there, we're going to place 3 jungle trapdoors across the center, and then another 2 rows going back right there to make a 3x3 box connecting up with that. We're going to do the same thing here with the bolt cargo door. So, in from the forwardmost quartz stair right there, 3 across, and this is going to be another 3x3 box right there to connect in with the bolt cargo door there. Next, we'll put in the same pattern in between here for the rail connection that we did up at the front. So, light gray carpets along the sides. Then right here we have a stone pressure plate, stone button aligned perpendicular with the aircraft, and a pressure plate right there. And the same thing on the forward side of those tracks there. So this one's going to be a pressure plate there, button, pressure plate, button, pressure plate, button, pressure plate, button, pressure plate, and a button right there. Then we'll just grab the birch trapdoor and close off the top of this with the trapdoors, just as we did up at the front. And as well, I don't believe I mentioned with the forward cargo hold, but if you are in default with iron trapdoors instead of these, you'll probably want to use top slabs instead of trapdoors for the top edge here, as the space below here really won't matter as much as the space above, since that's where you'll probably spend any of your time rather than being in the cargo hold down here. So this is just a fun feature to have, and an opaque floor really is the priority instead of having the holes in iron trapdoors that you would have otherwise. So that would probably be the material choice you'd want to use instead in default for that. My apologies for not mentioning earlier, it just occurred to me now. But yeah, just make sure you have the floor sealed off in some manner, like this. And once we have that, that's the cargo hold in place. So, once we have that, we're going to be flying all the way back up to the front of the aircraft here, and then working our way backwards with the cabin. So, in line with the forward doors here, we're going to, from these bottom two upside-down quartz stairs here, we're going to place two diorite half slabs in towards the center right there, and then we'll bring this as a row of two all the way across, like so. Up at the front right here, beside this forward left door right here, we're going to place two smooth stone full blocks in that gap right there, and then we're going to turn this diorite slab beside it right here into a diorite full block for now, and then place another full block to the right there. Next, we're going to use these full blocks here to place in doors against these two blocks right here. So, a birch door right there, and a birch door right there. That'll be closed against those full blocks right there for the lavatory doors. Next, we can use World Edit to remove these slabs and turn those into full blocks while keeping the doors in place without them breaking. So we're going to select a diorite slab just anywhere and paste it over that full block right there. This one right here is instead going to be a diorite regular stair facing down the aircraft backwards, like this, and paste it in right there. Now, if you don't have World Edit and can't do that, you can probably just leave those as full blocks, but that makes the floor much more clean connection. And my apologies, I actually did place this door in incorrectly right there. We're going to knock that out. This is going to, well, make sure that the way it's placed against this block right here, that the hinge is on the left side right there, so that it closes against the forward edge of that block. So I guess, alternatively, you can place it in like that, and make sure that it closes against that side door right there, just because, well, that door is the lavatory door, this is the flight deck door right there for the cockpit up there, so it has to rotate like that. Now we can paste over that stair right there, and get that closed. Next, we're going to place a smooth stone full block immediately to the right of that diorite stair right there, with 1, 2, and 3 more going up, like so. We'll grab a smooth stone stair and knock out this slab right in front of that right there, or behind it rather. Replace it with a smooth stone stair facing down the aircraft, or backwards like this. Then we'll grab the dead tube coral fan here, which in the Aeroteam pack is a smooth stone vertical slab like this, and we'll place 2 of those above the smooth stone stair right there. And in default, you can probably just use trapdoors again, but this is what we're using here to blend in with that. Then we have an upside down quartz stair facing backwards on top of that. And next we'll grab the quartz slab and place 1 of those on either side of that upside down stair, and then a row of 3 across the center right there. We'll circle back to finish this galley space afterwards. For now, let's head up here and work on the cockpit. So, oops, the door's glitched out. I'll just use spectator mode to fly through that. First, we're going to grab the oak slabs. In front of that diorite stair right there, we're going to place an oak slab right there, with 1 more to the right of it, then 1 going forwards, like so. Next, we're going to place a full block going forwards from that slab right there, still with the oak, and then another full block right in there, forwards from that. Next, grab the cobblestone stairs. We're going to place a cobblestone stair facing forwards beside that slab right there on either side, the forwardmost slab that is, and then an upside-down stair on top of those stairs right there to finish off the pilot and co-pilot seats. Behind the right seat right here, we're going to place down another stair right there. This one's going to have a fire coral fan in place of the upside-down stair right there. So we'll place a temporary block on top of it right there, fire coral fan, select, and paste over. And this is for the observer jump seat on the right-hand side of the aircraft. And if you don't have the vertical slab here, you can just use another upside-down stair, but this does help to separate it off from that stair there and give it the flatter appearance of the jump seat. So now to finish off the detailing forwards from this right here, we're going to grab the stone bricks, and we're going to place a stone brick block right there below the stair in that gap down there. And then, see if I can crouch to get up through there, another one right there. Next, we'll grab the dark oak fence gates and place 1 of these on each of those stone brick blocks right there, and open those towards the front of the aircraft, like so, for the yokes on either side. Then crouch again to get down here, and we'll place an upside-down oak stair underneath the stained terracottas right here. And same thing on the right side. And that'll just provide the indentation below there for the rudder pedals. Next, we'll grab the dark oak slab. We'll place a top slab right there in between those 2 terracottas right there for the glare shield and mode control panel. And then we'll finish off the main instrument panel with a stone button behind both of those stained terracottas, like so. Now, these 2 full blocks right here are for the center pedestal. On top of this, we're going to place in the throttle quadrant by grabbing a lever, and we'll place a lever on top here, flipped facing backwards, like so. Now we can also help to give the handles a bit more of an accurate shaping by placing a temporary block behind this right there, and pasting a stone button facing to the rear in its place right there, so that you have the handles on the throttle levers, like so. Again, you don't have to include it, but it is nice to if you can. Then, up here, for the overhead panel, we're going to grab the oak trapdoor. We're going to place one of these facing backwards in the center right there, then one on either side right there. Oops, there we go. And then we'll place an acacia trapdoor in the center right there. So the 767 cockpit, like the 757, has a tan-brown coloration for all of the paneling and everything, including the overhead panel here, as opposed to the more traditionally seen gray on modern aircraft. And the black up there on the overhead panel is representing the circuit breaker panel for the aft overhead. And then to finish all of this off here, we're going to grab the general trapdoor and place 3 of these across the center right there. Or again, iron trapdoor in default. Speaking of which, for the acacia trapdoor there, which is a black texture here in the Aeroteam pack, you'll probably want to use a dark oak trapdoor instead against the regular oak for the other 3, just to give it that darker coloration there. Once we have that, we just need to finish off the side walls here. So we'll grab the light gray terracotta, and in this little gap of 2 along the side right here, we'll place 2 light gray terracottas on the side right there. And the same thing on the right side, 1 and 2, like so. Now, you'll see we have this upside-down wool stair here on either side. So what we can do to kind of carve out some more space on the side here so it's just a little bit less cramped is we'll grab a dead brain coral fan, the white wool vertical slab here in the Aeroteam pack, and I'll have to go elsewhere to select this right here, but we'll place one of these facing to the left, select that with World Edit, and then hop on up here and paste that over the wool full block immediately to the right of that seat right there. So that'll preserve the flat wool texture on the outside of the aircraft there, while still giving us a little bit of space inside there. And if you don't have the ability to place those in with the vertical slabs, you can just leave those as full block still, but this does help to make things a little bit less claustrophobic. Finally, we'll just grab the wool stairs and tunnel down here and place a wool stair in place of that wool full block below right there. And it does look like it corners off with that stair, so we can place down a stair just anywhere and use our good old trusty World Edit tricks to trick that into staying positioned, like so. And once we have that, that is everything for the flight deck here. So we'll just hop out of the cockpit here. I can throw away some of those materials, and next we'll finish off that little bit of galley space that I mentioned before. So for this, on the bottom 2 blocks right here, we're going to place a row of 2 of smooth stone, like so, with 2 diorite half slabs on top right there. And this top light gray terracotta right there of that row of 2 is actually going to turn into a smooth stone full block, like so that it preserves that texture for the galley right in that space there. This wool full block above right here is going to turn into an upside-down wool stair facing towards the center, so that it kind of curves off with the shape of the aircraft here while still preserving that texture from the outside there, so we don't have a hole in the side of the aircraft. And then we'll grab a jungle trapdoor again. On top of the left slab right here, we'll place one of those right there and close it against that block to flatten off that wall while still preserving the space on the inside of the cockpit right there. Next, going back right here, in the center block right there, we're going to place a smooth stone full block, followed by 3 more going up to meet up with the top of the cabin right there. We'll place a diorite half slab on either side right there, and looking down the aircraft now, on the left side, we'll place down a smooth stone full block right there, with a diorite half slab on top, and a full block above right there. And then a column of 3 behind us there, 1, 2, and 3, with the smooth stone. That'll finish off the forward galley space in there. Next, we'll place another column of 3 going up on the right side right there, and another set of 3 behind it, if I can stop opening those trapdoors. There we go. Then we'll place a diorite half slab on either side right there, and to place in the lavatories, we're going to turn these 2 half slabs into diorite full blocks just for now, and then place a birch door closed against those 2 smooth stone full blocks right there on either side. Then we can select a diorite half slab, oops, there we go, and paste it over those full blocks, just to trick those doors into staying in place over thin air. Or again, you can just leave them as it is if you need. Then we'll place a dark oak door, well, turning that left slab right there into a full block. We'll place a dark oak door against the center column right there, and then turn that back into a half slab, like so. With the quartz slabs, we're going to place a quartz full block behind both of those top slabs right there to meet up with the center right there. And then we can work our way back with the first class. So for the first class seating here, in between these two half slabs, we're going to place a stair, direct stair that is, facing towards the right-hand side of the aircraft, like so. We'll place a jungle trapdoor on top of this, closed against the left-hand side of the aircraft, so it meets up like this. Behind the stair here, we have a smooth stone full block, and then we'll place an upside-down prismarine stair on top of this, like so. In the Aeroteam pack here, this is a blue texture. We like to use blue as kind of a standard for our interior configurations, but if you are without the Aeroteam pack here, you can probably just use stone bricks or something like that instead for grey seating throughout the aircraft here. But with this here, we'll place a diorite half slab to, my goodness, someday I'll remember to not open those trapdoors, a single half slab off to either side of that smooth stone right there, and then we'll close a jungle trapdoor against either side of that stair right there. So this will be one of the first-class pods right in this base. So down the center row here, we're going to be building a total of 7 of these pods. Now, however, with these, the side that this divider on is going to be switching with each new pod, so it's going to be staggered as it goes back. So what I mean by that? Well, let's build the second one here. So where we have the stair facing to the right side of the aircraft here, on this next one it's going to face to the left, right here. Oops, that's a trapdoor. Left, right there. And we'll place the jungle trapdoor right there, closed against the right side of the block. Now we can just build the same, goodness, the same seat that we did up there. So we have the the smooth stone full block right there with the prismarine upside down stair on top of it, right here, and the jungle trapdoor closed against the sides, like this. And we can bring the diorite slabs in line with that there. So we have 2 of these pods now, one with the separation panel on the left side and one on the right side here. And so it's just going to stagger like this as it goes back with every new seat for a total of 7 of these pods. So we have 2 right here. That's going to be the third. Close the trapdoors against the sides for the armrests. Then we have the 4th. That's on the left right there, so this will be on the right. Close the trapdoors against the sides. There's 4. Now we have 5. Divider on the left side this time. Then for the 6th, divider on the right side. And the upside down stair for the headrest. Armrest on the side. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And for the 7th one, we have the divider on the left side right there. Close that against that. Smooth stone, upside down stair, and trapdoors on either side. So that's 7 in total there for the center row. We can just bring the diorite slabs in line with that for the floor material here. Like so. And now we can work on the side pods here. So this would be pretty much the same design, but without the separation panels, because it's all just up against the side of the aircraft anyways. So we're first going to have a half slab right there along the side to separate that off from the forward bulkhead. Then we can place in the smooth stone right there, with an upside down stair on top of it, facing forwards right here, and close the jungle trapdoor against the side right there. However, with these, since we don't have the separation panels in there, we can also place a trapdoor against the back right there for the seat back. So this is the pattern that we're going to be using here on the sides, and this will be a total of 7 on each side as well. You can see that it's also staggered, offset from the center right there, in between the 2 seats from the middle row, and that's exactly matching the real 767's seating layout. So we have 1 seat here already. That's going to be 2 right in there. Slab, smooth stone, upside down stair. Jungle trapdoors, that's 3. There's 4. 5. 6. And here's 7. Like so. And same thing on the left side of the aircraft. So we have the half slab there, smooth stone, smooth stone, the upside down prismarine stair, and jungle trapdoors on the side and rear. So that's 1. There's 2. There's 3. 4. 5, 6, and 7. Next up here, immediately behind the center row of seats, in between these two right here, we'll place 4 smooth stone full blocks going up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then out to the sides right here, we'll actually be knocking out that trapdoor right there on the rear edge of those outer rows, and then placing 4, or actually 3 rather, smooth stone full blocks going up the sides right there. Then we'll place our diorite half slab on either side of that center pillar, and a row of 3 across the center right there. Oops. 3. There we go. Next, we're going to grab the quartz slabs, and we'll finish off the overhead bins here in the first class section. So for this, we're going to place a row of quartz half slabs running down the center on this top block right here, going all the way back to the next class divider right there. And then on either side right here, quartz top slabs for the ceiling of the aircraft. And we can, from now, end that on either side of the smooth stone. Well, actually, that's just going to be a full block on either side of the smooth stone right there to separate that off. And then to finish off the overhead bins, so we've got the ceiling right there, the overhead bins down the center, and for the overhead bins on the sides of the aircraft right here, we're just going to place a row of quartz top slabs behind that smooth stone right there, running down the empty gap space above the seats on the right side, up until that smooth stone block right there. Take a little bit to wiggle through those trapdoors sometimes. There we go. And run that top slab layer all the way down to there. There we go. So, now that we have that, we can continue working on the next section of seating here. So, we're now in the economy cabin, and we're going to be switching to the economy seating. So, behind this diorite slab right here in the center, we're going to place a prismarine full block with a prismarine upside-down stair on top of it, facing forwards, like this. Now, the first few rows of seating are going to be premium economy. Basically, that's just given by a jungle button on the front of the headrest right here. So we'll grab the jungle button there, and place a temporary block forwards from that upside-down stair and paste over like so. So that'll give the little white cloth on the headrest of the slightly more spacious premium economy seats. Well, spacious in the real aircraft at least. We're still working with blocks here in Minecraft. But now that we have that, again as well, if you don't have access to WorldEdit, you can't place that button in there, don't worry about it too much, it's just a nice little detail to include. So these seats right here are going to be going back a total of 6 in this cabin right here. So we have 1 here already. We'll place a diorite half slab in there for the flooring to separate that. Full block, upside down stair, temporary block, paste over, that's 2. That's 3. Oops. There's 4. There's 5. And the 6th and final right here. There we go. Then we'll run the diorite slabs down each side for the aisles. And the same seating pattern is going to repeat on the sides of the aircraft here, but 1 block staggered again, just as we did up at the front there. So we have a diorite half slab behind the glass divider right there on the side. Prismarine, upside down stair right there. And then temporary block and paste over the button. And this is again 6 on each side right here as well. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And 6 down the left side as well. So, diorite slab there, prismarine, upside down stair, and the headrest. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Perfect. Then we'll just run the 3 diorite half slabs across the center right there just to join that up. And now behind this, we're going to be placing 11 regular seats going back from both of these rows right here, with the same separation. So it's still going to be the same solid blue coloration, just without the headrest cloth there. So, starting with the center here, back from that half slab, prismarine, upside down stair, goodness, there we go. And that's the entirety of the seat right there. So we have 1, This will again be a total of 11 of these going back right here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. There we go. And then 11 on each side of the aircraft as well. So we'll run the diorite slabs down the aisles right there. And the right side as well. There we go. Then we have our diorite half slab right there, separation. Then 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And 11 on the left side as well. 1, 2, 2, 3. Hard to get that angle on the stair there with the rear-facing stairs in the aft section right here. That's 4, 5, 6, there we go. 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Like so. Now that we have that there, behind the seat row in the center right here, we're going to place 4 smooth stone full blocks going up. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I keep doing that with the trapdoors. Ugh. So we have the 4 there, then we'll place another set of 4 going up right there in the center. On the sides right here, we're going to grab wool upside down stairs. We're going to place a wool upside down stair on top of each of the rear seats right here on the sides. So right there, and right there. And forwards from this, we can grab our quartz slabs and place in the overhead bins on the side rows right here, just as we did in the first class section. Running all the way down right there, and on the right side as well. Oops, didn't mean to break that one. There we go, that'll meet up with that stair there. Then we can do the same thing that we did as well in the center here, so we have the half slabs on the bottom half, running down the center on the top empty block right there. That'll join up with the smooth stone class divider right there. And then the quartz top slabs running down the center above the aisles. When we reach the double pillar right there, we'll just leave it as those 2 right there, since I don't have the reference pulled up exactly for what that does when we meet that. But there we go. And actually now I can see it. So yes, so when we come in line with these 2 smooth stone full blocks right there, on the left side we're going to turn those into quartz full blocks. On the right side we're going to leave that forwardmost one exposed and turn the rear block right there into a quartz full block. And that's where it'll join up with the galley ceiling in here. But with the overhead bins in place there, that'll finish off the entire economy class section. So, next we'll put in the rear lavatories. So, for this, we'll, let's see, we can bring the diorite slabs back right there. Ah, those trapdoors keep getting me. 2 diorite trapdoors, slabs back from both of those right there, just in line with the smooth stone. Next, we're going to grab the birch door, and let's see, we'll start on the left side right here. On the right side, rather. So, back from that Prismarine full block right there, we have 2 smooth stone full blocks right there. Then 1 going up on the right side right there to meet up with that wool full block. Then we're going to place a birch door right on top of that, on the inner face of that block right there, so it closes just like this. That'll be for the right lavatory there. Then we're going to come up here to these 2 rear smooth stone full blocks. We're actually going to knock those 2 out and replace that with a birch door right there on this side. On the right side of the aircraft, that is. Next, we'll turn that diorite half slab right there into a diorite full block, and place a birch door closed against the right side of that block right there. And then with the replace tool, turn that into a half slab again right there. So that'll get a door on each side there for the two lavatories in the center section right there. And again, if you don't have world edit for that, you can probably just leave that one as a full block. It won't impose too much, but it will just break up the floor a little bit. Then we'll do the same thing right there. So two smooth stone blocks going back, one up on the rear face, and then a birch door right there. Oops, I placed that stair incorrectly. There we go. That'll be placing forwards. So that will do it for the 4 lavatories right there. And actually, my apologies, this door on the left side right here is actually staggered, offset from the right side. So this can be a smooth stone on the forward block right there, with a wool full block on top, like so. Then we're going to place a direct full block behind that half slab right there, and close a door on the outer edge right here, closed against the left side, and then replace that with a half slab right there. Now for that world edit trick, you can probably just leave the door embedded in the wall of the left side right there, instead of having it sticking out right here. But otherwise, if you do have world edit for that, it's just a little bit more realistic to the actual layout of the real aircraft. So, next up here, we're going to be placing 3 smooth stone full blocks going up from the center right here. 1, 2, and 3. Then we have 1 single one back from the bottom block right there, with a direct half slab on top, and a smooth stone full block on top right there. Then we'll grab an acacia button and place that on the rear face of that smooth stone block right there. This will be starting off the aft galleys right in here. Then we'll grab the direct slabs for the floor right here. We'll wrap those around the sides right there, 3 across the center. Then 2 on the side right here to meet up with the aft doors right here. Then behind this, on the sides right there, we're going to place a smooth stone full block, with another one going up right there to meet up with that wall. 1 and 2 smooth stone full blocks. And then a row of 3 direct half slabs across the center right there. Next we have just 2 more going back from the center, with 2 smooth stone full blocks on either side right there. And then 1 more going back from that direct slab right there. We'll place a direct half slab on top of that one, 1 out to the sides right there, and then 2 going forwards from the outer edges right there. With the smooth stone, a row of 3 across the rear right there to seal off that gap right there. Then a row of 3 on top of those diorite slabs. We'll place an acacia button in the on the front face of that center block right there, and then 2 smooth stone full blocks going forwards from the sides. That'll give the whole wraparound galley at the rear here. Next, we can grab the gray banner. We'll place a gray banner on the smooth stone full block right there, and the wool block on the inside edge right there. Same thing on the left side of the aircraft for the curtains along the sides here. Then to finish off all of this, we'll just grab the quartz slab right here. We have a quartz slab row running down the center right there to meet up with that smooth stone. And then we'll grab some wool blocks, and we'll place 2 wool blocks in the ceiling right there to seal off that gap. So, with that all in place, that will finish off the rear galley here, and that is everything for the base interior of the 767. So, with the interior now finished, the next 2 sections we'll be moving on to in the tutorial are the 2 additional exit configurations. As mentioned back in the intro, these are the dual exit doors and the single overwing exit, and better looks at those are, again, available in the intro segment. First up will be the dual exit doors, so if you are building those, then we'll be covering that next. If you are instead building the single overwing exit configuration, then you can use the timestamps in the description below to skip ahead to that segment past the dual exit doors. Otherwise, if you're just going to leave it as it is here with the dual overwing exits, then you won't be using either of those, and you can skip ahead to the landing gear section via the timestamps in the description below. So, whichever section you are using, I will see you then. Alright, so next up here, we'll be building the second exit configuration with the dual emergency exits. So, for this, we're going to be starting right at the front of the fuselage here. We'll start on the left side for reconfiguring the exterior here. You'll see in this row with the windows, we have this first solid block of wool, followed by this long row of rear-facing regular wool stairs here. We're going to count 10 of these wool stairs in total. So for this, I'll just place a row of blocks alongside here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Those are going to be left exactly as they are, but forwards from this here, this wool stair right here is going to get replaced with a wool full block. And again for this one going back right there. So that's 2 blocks in total right there. Then the next 2 windows here, we're going to knock out entirely, like this. And this here is where we'll be placing in our first emergency exit door here. So we're going to knock out the row of 2 below this and above this as well right here. So to place this in here with our quartz stairs, we're going to, well, first with the interior here, we're going to knock out this seat adjacent to it right there. We're going to be reconfiguring the interior as well after this, so we'll just clear out a little space to work with here first. So we'll place 2 upside-down thwart stairs facing in towards the center right there. Then on the forward block right there, 1 regular stair facing in towards the center, and then a regular stair cornered facing forwards, like this. And then above this here, 2 upside-down thwart stairs towards the center, like so. Now to get the window in the side of the door right here, we can either use the World Edit trick here, or if you don't have World Edit, again, as we did with the other 4 doors on this aircraft, just grab a thwarts full block and knock out that inwards facing stair right there, and replace that with a full block like so, so you have that stair corner right there for the window. Otherwise, we can leave that with the stair facing in towards the center right there, and then place a regular stair. I'll actually hop onto the outside of the aircraft for this right here. Regular stair facing in towards the center right there, and then 1 facing forwards right there. So we have just that single corner connection right there. We'll grab that with the replace tool, then drop down here and, whoops, paste that over that corner stair, like so. And we'll worry about the interior here afterwards once we've finished with all of the exterior. So we'll just hop onto the outside of the aircraft now, and continuing on from here, we have this door in place right there. We can also clear out those temporary blocks. So, going back from this door now, this quartz stair right there, or wool stair rather, is going to get replaced with a wool full block. To avoid updating that block there and losing that World Edit trick we just did, we can make sure we're in fast mode, and then grab a wool full block and paste it over right there, just pasting over that wool stair, like so. To the side of this wool block right there, we have a dark oak button. Again, that's the red texture there for the door handle on the outside, just as we did on the other doors on this aircraft. Again, acacia button in default instead, if you need. But going back from this now, this wool full block right here is going to be a wool stair facing backwards, with a second one facing backwards behind that there. Next, this wool stair facing forwards right there is going to turn into a wool full block. Then we have this wool stair facing backwards right here. That's going to be a stair facing forwards. And then behind that stair there, we have 14 wool stairs facing backwards. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. As you'll see here, this will start to overlap with that row of regular stairs facing backwards anyways. So after this 14th stair that you've counted here, we're going to, on the 15th stair right here, replace that with a wool full block, like so. And just to make sure that you're counting that right, that should line up exactly with the trailing edge of the wing right here, that last wool stair there. Then after this wool full block that we replaced right there, we'll clear out that first wool stair, as well as the block above and below right here. This is where our second emergency exit is going to go in here, and this one's smaller than the one forwards from the wing right here, so it's only a single block wide. So for this, we have a thwart stair upside down facing towards the center right there, then a regular stair on top of it, and then on top of this here we have an upside down thwart stair facing forwards right there for the window in the side. And we'll hop onto the outside of the aircraft here. Now you'll see that did corner off that stair right there for the window right behind it right there. That stair is going to get left right there, so all of this is just going to be left from here on out. If you would like to fix that there, we can again use World Edit to prevent that from cornering right there, so it preserves the shape of the window, but otherwise it's not too much of a bother. So just make sure that going back from this here, you have a total of 15 wool stairs right here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Perfect. So all of that is just going to get left as it is. And then finally for the left side here, we just have to clear out the overwing exits right there since they're no longer in use. You'll see we already kind of plowed through the top block of those right there with that row of windows. So these 2 quartz full blocks below right there are just going to get replaced with wool full blocks right there. Then finally, we have to get rid of the overwing exit markings here. Since there's no overwing exits at all to speak of in this configuration, these exit markings here are just going to get covered over with the light gray of the wing itself. So we'll grab stone brick slabs first right here, and let's see. So where these stone bricks meet the overwing exit markings right here, you'll see we have that single stone brick slab right there. Going in towards the center from this right here, we'll replace that nether brick slab with a stone brick slab right there. Then diagonally in right here, we have that quartz slab right there. That's going to be a stone brick slab right there. And then directly in towards the center, we'll drop down and replace that quartz slab with a stone brick slab right there. Everything forwards from that line we just created, we'll replace with the stone brick slabs, like so. And that'll just continue on that gray marking on the top of the wing right there. And then behind this right there, those 3 slabs will be smooth stone slabs. Just like that. So that'll finish off the reconfiguration for the left side here, and we'll just do the same thing on the right side of the aircraft. So we had that single block of wool right there in the center row with the windows. Then we're going to count 10 windows back right here that we'll preserve. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then 2 wool blocks going back from that right there. Knock out 2 stairs going back, and then 2 blocks above and below right there. We'll clear out that seat for easier access. Then in right here, we'll place in our door, so 2 upside down stairs there. Then the stair facing forwards right there on the rear block, and then 1 facing in towards the center right there. Then 2 upside down stairs facing in towards the center. We'll do the world edit trick there to get that corner stair in place on the rear block, like so. And then hop onto the outside of the aircraft. Where going back from this, we have the solid block of wool right there, with the dark oak button behind it right there. Just clear out a space to work with here. So, going back from that full block with the dark oak button there, 2 wool stairs facing backwards, 1 and 2, a single full block of wool right there, then a wool stair facing forwards, and then 14 wool stairs facing backwards. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Then forwards from this right here, or backwards rather, we have a full block of wool right there, and then this second block back right there will clear out a 3 tall space right there, centered on the window block. So, upside down stair facing in towards the center, regular stair facing towards the center, then an upside down stair facing forwards on top of it right there. And again, we can do that world edit trick there to get that stair from cornering off with the door right there. And the rest of this will be left as it is. So, lastly here for the overwing exits, we'll clear out those full blocks of quartz right there, replace them with wool. And then, where the stone brick meets the overwing exit markings right there, we have 1 directly in from that there, diagonal stone brick slab there, and then 1 stone brick slab directly in towards the center right there, giving you a 2-2-2 pattern looking just like that. Everything forwards from that line is going to be stone brick slabs, and then everything behind this will be smooth stone slabs, like so. So that's the exterior all configured here for the second exit configuration. Oh, and we'll just clear out those temporary blocks right there. So next is going to be reconfiguring the interior. However, this reconfigured interior is actually shared across both configuration 2 and 3, so this will be covered in a second part after I finish the third exit configuration here. So that's what's going to follow here. If you're not building the third exit configuration as well, you can use the timestamps in the video description below to skip ahead to the alternate interior configuration that will follow these sections. So skip on ahead to that, and I will see you then. Alright, so next up here, we'll be building the third exit configuration with the single overwing exit. So, for this, we're going to start right up at the front of the aircraft right here, in this layer with the windows. So behind the forward door right here, starting on the left side, we have the single block of wool right there, and then the row of stairs facing backwards right there for the windows. We're going to count 10 of these stairs in total that we will leave intact. So placing temporary blocks out to the side here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. After this here, we're going to knock out 2 wool stairs and replace them with wool full blocks right there. Then following this, we'll knock out 2 stairs again right there, as well as 2 blocks above and below. And this is where we'll be placing in the first large exit door right here, forwards from the wing. So, to get better access to this here, we're going to clear out this seat right here, since we'll be reconfiguring the interior here anyways to accommodate these new doors. So, from here, we'll place 2 upside-down stairs facing in towards the center on the bottom row right there. Then on the forward block right there, stair facing in towards the center, regular stair this time. And then a stair facing forwards, cornered off right there. And then above this, 2 upside-down stairs facing in towards the center, like so. Now to get the window right there in the side of the door, we can use the world edit trick again, same as we did all the way back to the start of the tutorial with the doors right there. So we'll place a stair facing forwards, or facing in towards the center right there, and then 1 cornered facing forwards right there, with just that single connection in the corner. We can grab that with the replace tool, and then drop on down here, and paste over that corner stair right there, So we have a window looking just like that in the side. Now, if you don't have access to World Edit and can't do that, then you can just leave that as a towards full block instead forwards from that there, so you still have the window in the side. But otherwise, this is what we are doing there. So we'll hop onto the outside of the aircraft then and continue onwards. So behind that corner stair right there, behind the door, this first wool stair right there will be replaced with a wool full block. Now, since we did just put in that corner stair right there with World Edit, to avoid messing that up, we can just use the World Edit Replace tool with a full block of wool on top of that stair right there, so it doesn't give a block update. And then out to the side of that full block right there, we'll place a dark out button right there for the red door handle, same as we did on the other doors on this aircraft. Then going back from this here, we're going to place 2 wool stairs facing backwards right here. Then this next wool stair right there will be a wool full block. Next, we'll replace that stair right there with a wool stair facing forwards. Then behind this here, we have 4 wool stairs facing backwards. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4 right there. Next, this wool stair right there will be replaced with a wool full block. Then that quartz stair, where the first overwing exit was previously, will be replaced with a wool stair facing forwards right there. This wool full block behind it will be left as it is, and this overwing exit right here, the rear one, will be left intact. And everything behind this here is going to be left as it is as well. So what we're going to do here is just to get finish getting rid of that first overwing exit, we'll replace that quartz block right there with a wool full block, like so. And we can also clear out our temporary blocks right there. And then finally, to reconfigure the overwing exit markings here, since with only a single overwing exit here instead of the 2 of them, we only have 1 single path right here that's much smaller than the dual paths of the larger marking right there. So for this, we'll grab the nether brick slabs right here and the quartz slabs. So you'll see we have this row of 2 right there of the nether brick slabs in towards the center, or out rather, from that overwing exit marking right there. That's for the arrow along the side of the inner path right there, and that's the only one that's going to be kept. So this forwardmost one right there is going to be left as it is. This nether brick slab behind this right here is going to get replaced with a quartz slab right there. Then out from this right here, we'll replace that quartz slab with a nether brick slab. Then 1 more nether brick slab right there behind this. And then we'll drop down a layer and place in 2 nether brick slabs going back right there, painting over the section of the wing that was there previously. Then, in towards the center right here, from this smooth stone full block, or slab right there, is going to get replaced with a quartz slab. And for this, we'll also have to replace that, well, since it is in a full block layer right there, that's going to just have to be a quartz full block. So with that marked over now, we'll grab the smooth stone slabs, and this rearmost nether brick slab on the outer layer right there is going to get replaced with a smooth stone slab right there. Then we'll grab the stone brick slabs, and we'll paint over this entire outer section of nether brick slabs right there with the smooth stone slabs. And then these 2 quartz slabs right there will also turn into stone brick slabs right there. So we just have this single smaller path alongside the center of the fuselage right there. And now we'll just be doing the same thing on the right side of the aircraft. So we have this single block of wool right there. We'll preserve 10 wool stairs facing backwards. So with the temporary blocks, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. These 2 wool stairs will turn into wool full blocks, and then we'll knock out a 2x3 box right there for the forward exit door on the right side right here. We'll knock out that seat to get better access. Then we have 2 upside down quartz stairs facing in towards the center, a regular stair facing forwards on the rear block right there, then 1 facing in towards the center, and 2 upside down stairs facing towards the center on top of that. Next, the World Edit trick, or workaround if you're without World Edit, to place in the window right there. And with that in place, we can then hop onto the outside again. Then this wool stair right there will turn into a wool full block with a dark oak button on the side. Then behind this right here, we have 2 wool stairs facing backwards. Then a wool full block here. Then a wool stair facing forwards. Then 4 wool stairs facing backwards. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then a wool full block. This quartz stair is going to turn into a wool stair facing forwards. Then we have the wool block right there, and the rear overwing exit, and everything past that will just be left as it is. So, finishing off clearing off that forward overwing exit right there, we'll just replace that with a wool full block. We can also clear out those temporary blocks with those forward windows. And then we just have to clean up the overwing exit markings right here. So, grabbing the nether brick slabs, where we have this row of 2 right there, We'll keep that first one right there, and we'll replace the second one, the rearmost one, with a quartz slab right there. Then out to the side of this right there, one netherbrick slab there, one more going back. Drop down a slab layer, netherbrick slab there, and one more going back from it right there. Then in towards the center, that forward smooth stone right there will turn into a quartz full block. Then this rear netherbrick slab on the outer layer right there is going to be a smooth stone slab. And then everything on this outer layer here of the netherbrick slabs is going to turn into the stone brick slabs right there, as well as these two quartz slabs forwards from the netherbrick right there. That's the new overwing exit marking in place, and that is everything for the exterior. So the last thing we'll be doing next is putting in the custom interior for the alternate exit configurations. This will be its own section separate from this, since it's also shared with the exit configuration 2 as well. So I'll catch you in a second with that. Alright, so for the alternate interior configuration here, whether you're using exit configuration 2 or 3, we'll be starting from the exit door right here, immediately forwards from the wing, the second exit door back. So we'll just step on into the inside of the aircraft right here, aligning with these two doors right here. And for this, we'll be starting with the smooth stone full blocks. So immediately forwards from this row of two right here, in parallel with the, or in line with the doors right here, we'll knock out that direct slab, replace it with a smooth stone full block, and then we have two more going up right there, replacing that quartz top slab there. We can also grab a diorite slab and fill in that bit of the floor right there where we knocked out the seat earlier. Then we'll clear out this last seat in the center row right there. We can replace that with diorite slabs as well there, and then fill in that diorite slab on the right side. Then forwards from this again right here, in line with that last block of wool, replace that with a smooth stone full block, knock out that trapdoor, smooth stone full block there, and knock out that quartz top slab, smooth stone full block there. Next up here, behind the center row, this last seat right there, we'll replace this diorite slab in the center right there, in line with the forward block of these two right here. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4 smooth stone full blocks going up from that. Then skipping this block going back right there, you see we have this pillar right there of smooth stone in the center. This second block up right there is going to get replaced with a stone brick stair facing backwards, like this. Out to the sides here, you'll see we have these last seats of the first class section. We'll clear these out right here, and replace this with a smooth stone full block on the bottom block right there, with a black wool above it right here. And then we'll get rid of the smooth stone pillar behind this right there. Same thing on the right side, so clear that out as well as that seat there. Smooth stone full block and a black wool block right there. Next, we'll clear out these two quartz top slabs, forwards from that right there. Then we'll grab the jungle trapdoor and place two of those closed against the forward face right there. Oops, that cleared out that quartz stair trick that we did earlier, so I will just have to replace that real quick. So we have a corner stair right there. So let that paste over. And one right there with that on the right side. And paste over that, like so. Next, we'll turn this diorite slab right there in between those two aisles. We'll turn that into a diorite full block. Then with the birch door, we'll place these against the outer block right there to make the lavatories in the mid-cabin right here. So, with those birch doors in place then, we'll grab the diorite slabs, just as we have previously, and paste it over those two full blocks right there to keep the doors floating in place over the slab floor level. Next, for the economy seating going back right here, we'll first place diorite half slabs in the corners right there to fill in those gaps we created. Then in the center row right here, we have 6 of these seats right there with the premium economy configuration with the button on the front of that. We'll only be wanting 5 for this new section here. So we have 1 there, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and the 6th one there in the center row is going to be cleared out, so it's just a normal seat like this. And these 2 outer rows of seats right there are going to be shifted entirely, so they're no longer going to be staggered like this. So for this, well, we can first place in the quartz top slabs in the center right there, or on the edges to finish off the overhead bins there. So we'll grab the prismarine bricks or prismarine full blocks and prismarine stairs, and diorite slabs. So we'll just clear out a bit of space to work with here. So we have 1 diorite slab right there at the forwards edge, in line with that bulkhead at the front there. The second block back right there is going to become a prismarine full block, with an upside-down stair on the front there. Then I'll get a temporary block out, and we want our buttons on the front, just as we have with the premium economy seats here. So paste that over that temporary block there, and we have a premium economy seat right here, in line with the one in the center row. And on the outer rows here, it's going to be 6 of these in total. So we have 1 seat in place already. That's going to be 2. We can knock out these as we go here. 3. Direct slab. New seat in place there. That's going to be 4. 5. Direct slab. Knock out the net seat back. Prismarine, upside down stair, and button. That's 6 right there. So it should go one past the one from the center row, like this. We'll do the same thing on the right side of the aircraft here. So, knock out the first stair, knock out the block forwards from that. Prismarine full block, upside down stair, and button. That's 1. Direct slab, knock out the stair. Full block, upside down stair. That's 2. There's 3. Oops. There's 4. There's 5. And here is 6. So, now going back from this here, on the outer rows, we're going to have 3 more regular seats this time without the button going back from this here. Again, with the same 1 block spacing. So that's going to be 1, 2, and 3. And this one behind that right there we can clear out there. Then on the left side as well right there, so we have that last one of the 6 right there. So then we have 1, 2, and 3 regular seats, and clear out that one there. So, next up, immediately behind this right there, we're going to place a 3-high column of smooth stone, again replacing that quartz top slab out there, and then one on the right side as well, so that's 1, 2, and 3 right there, leaving that quartz top slab in place right there. That was a misclick. Then in towards the center right there, skipping the aisle right there, we'll place a smooth stone full block right there in the center, and then on top of this here, a stone brick stair, regular stair, facing backwards right there. Then 1 and 2 more smooth stone full blocks going up from that there. Next we'll clear out that seat at the center right there, and replace that with a diorite slab. And then finally for the next set of mid-cabin lavatories, we'll turn those diorite slabs in the center right there, in the aisles, into full blocks. Then grab our birch doors again and place those against the outer columns right there. So 1 and 2, like so. And with the replace tool, turn those into slabs. So if you're using exit configuration 2 here, with the 2 exit doors, you should see that this rear exit door right there lines up right with that bulkhead there. Otherwise, if you're using configuration 3, you'll still have these bulkheads here, but it'll just be a flat wall along the side. So now that we have that all in place there, for this very last section of the economy class here, we're again going to de-stagger it so it's all in line, but this will only be with the center row here. The outer rows are going to stay as they are. So, in the center right here, we'll only skip 1 block going back from the center bulkhead, and then that diorite slab there will turn into a diorite full block with a prismarine full block rather, with a prismarine stair above it right there. This is going to be 8 of these going back in the center row. So we have 1 there already. Replace that seat with a diorite slab. That's going to be 2. Oops. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. And this 8th one is going to replace that smooth stone column right there. So that's going to be 8, like so. We'll worry about that in a second. So out to the sides right here, this last row of seats right there is going to get knocked out, and we'll replace this with a 3 tall column of smooth stone. So that's 1, 2, and 3, replacing that upside down wool stair there. 1, 2, and 3. So you should only have 7 seats on the outer 2 rows right there. Next up, the lavatory configuration on the far right side there is going to get left as it is, but on the left side right there, we're going to clear out that birch door floating in the center of the cabin, and we'll instead knock out this center 2 blocks right there. So we still have the smooth stone there, and the smooth stone and wool there on either side, and we'll place a birch door in the center block right there, occupying that space. And then for the center block of lavatories right there, you'll see we have this birch stair right there, or birch door rather, floating above the aisle there, and on the other side it's inside that block space there. We're going to knock out the one that's inside the center row right there, and we'll replace that with 2 smooth stone full blocks going up right there. And then we'll do what we always have. So we have 2 diorite slabs right there, or diorite full blocks in the center right there, against those 2 smooth stone columns, and we'll place 2 birch doors closed against that side there, and paste over the diorite slabs. And we'll do the same thing on the left side right there. You'll see we already have that one left over from the previous configuration. So we'll just do the same thing a second time right there on this rear block and paste over that right there. Then we're going to quickly come forwards from this right there. You'll see we still have that smooth stone full block left in the ceiling right there, left over from the previous configuration. We'll knock that out, replace it with a quartz bottom half slab. Then this full block on the right side there is going to get replaced with a top slab, just so it all lines up like this. And then finally, we'll come to the rear of this right there, and where we have this little bit of the rear galley, this is going to get cleared out, so it's just the lavatory block there in the center. So we'll knock out the button, smooth stone full block there, diorite slab, and the smooth stone full block there. Place in the diorite slab in the floor of the aircraft, and then another quartz slab going forwards there to seal off the ceiling. And with that, that is everything for the interiors of the alternate exit configurations. Alright, so the very last thing we'll be covering in this tutorial is the extended landing gear. Now, if you are building the aircraft in flight with the landing gear retracted, then that is everything, and you are done with this tutorial. Congratulations! Just make sure to skip ahead to the outro section for some last important information, and I will see you there. But otherwise, if you are building the landing gear here, then let's get going. Alright, so we'll be starting up here with the nose landing gear first. So we're going to come to this quartz section right here for the nose gear doors, and we'll be tunneling this out for the wheel well in here. So let's start with this 2x3 box right here. We'll first knock out these two directly in the center right here. You'll see we have this end stone right above here from the avionics bay up there. We're going to knock out that one in the center. That's okay because it had a trapdoor closing it off there, so it's not going to create too much of a hole or anything. What we are going to do is place a stone brick wall in place of that end stone there to start off the gear strut. And then to close off this space here, we're going to place a single end stone forwards from that, skipping a block, so you have a 2-block space right in there with that forward edge closed off in line with that quartz top slab. Next, underneath this here, we're going to grab an andesite stair, and we're going to skip a block and place an andesite stair facing forwards, right side up, like this. And then on top of this, we have an anvil facing parallel with the aircraft. My goodness, that was loud, sorry. Then in front of this, we're going to... Actually, let's clear out that quartz top slab and the end stone real quick there. We'll replace those in a second. But we're going to place an iron trapdoor on the top half, going forwards from that anvil right there. And then place another anvil on top of that, aligned parallel with the aircraft like this again. And that'll fall right underneath that black wool full block right there. Then we can place our end stone forwards from that anvil, and the quartz top slab underneath that right there. And that'll just finish off the base of the gear struts connection. So, now that we have that underneath the andesite stair right there, we're going to place a stone brick wall. Then we have an iron bar behind this right there to connect up with that. Then we're going to grab a polished andesite slab. We're going to place a polished andesite top slab right underneath that stone brick wall right there. And that'll be the bogey connection for the two nose gear wheels. So for those, we're going to grab a black wool. We'll place a black wool on either side of that top slab right there, with a half slab on top of the black wool right there. Then we can place a button on the sides of the black wool right there, just to finish off the wheel rims. Next, we'll place a jungle trapdoor, going forwards from the stone brick wall right there, on the top half. And then we'll place a jungle fence, a fence gate that is, on top of that trapdoor, opened into the well, facing backwards like this. In the Aeroteam pack here, this is a white wool texture. In default, just use birch instead for kind of a white-ish texture, because this here will be the mount for the two runway turnoff lights at 45-degree angles on the base of the gear strut here. So for those, we're going to grab a torch. We're going to place a temporary block on either side of this right here. Place the torches on the sides right there. Then grab the replace tool. Select the torch and paste over the temporary block like so. So you have a torch facing out to either side there for the two runway turnoff lights. And if you don't have world edit and can't place those in, the fence gate does a decent enough job of portraying them as it is, so you can just leave it with that. But otherwise, this solution does provide light illumination as well, so that's what we're using here. Next, we're going to place another one of these on the front of that polished andesite top slab right there, facing forwards, and that'll be for the taxi light there between the wheel on the bogey itself. One last world edit trick we can do down here is to grab a stone brick wall, and we'll place a row of 3 of these back to back right here, with one on top of the center. We'll select that one in the center, clear out all of those, and then paste that in place of the stone brick wall right there. That'll just help to connect that off with the trapdoor at the front there, because that connection there is representing the torque link on the oleo strut. And then the very last thing we can do here is put in the gear doors. So for this, we're going to grab court slabs and stairs. We're going to knock out these top slabs on either side of the strut right there. What we're going to do here is we'll place in an upside-down stair facing towards the center of the aircraft, underneath that end stone right there, and then one cornered facing to the rear in front of that right there. Next, underneath the stair facing towards the center, the rear one, we're going to place a single quartz top slab right there. Then we can do the same thing on the right side of the aircraft. So upside-down stair there, and cornered off right there, and a top slab underneath the rear one right there. And that'll just represent the gear doors opened out to either side right there. But that will do it for the nose gear here. So next we can move on to the underside of the wings right here and work on the main gear. So for the main gear here, we're going to come to this section of the wing right here, right out from the gear doors right here. So we have these two quartz top slabs on either side. Let's start from the forwardmost one. We'll be working on the left side here first. So this stone brick block immediately out from this here, we're going to knock that out and replace it with a diorite block right here. This next stone brick block out right here, we're going to replace that with an upside-down stone brick stair facing backwards, like this. Next, we'll tunnel out this smooth stone slab right there, as well as that one right there behind both of those. And for this next row back right here, you can see that this one is a full block because it actually is exposed from the top right here. So we're going to knock out this half slab, but that full block right there is going to get replaced with a single smooth stone top slab right there. Now, if you are using the single over wing exit configuration, you may notice that that is a quartz full block instead, in which case just make sure that that's a quartz top slab right there. But otherwise, for the other two configurations, it'll be a smooth stone top slab right there. So around this right here, we're going to place 3 diorite slabs, 1, 2, and 3, just circling that up. Then out from the slab right there, the one that's next to that smooth stone slab, we're going to knock out that smooth stone slab right there, and we'll replace this with a cobblestone full block right here to start off the strut connection. We're going to knock out that smooth stone top slab forwards from that right there, replace that one with diorite as well, and then the one behind it right here will get replaced with diorite too. Now in from that diorite slab right there, this smooth stone full block right there will knock out. That one is also exposed from the top right here, so it's just going to get replaced with a smooth stone top slab right there as well. So all told, your carved out wheel well should look exactly like this. Next, to bring the strut down right here, underneath that cobblestone full block, we're going to place a stone stair, upside down facing in towards the center right here. Then we have a cobblestone wall underneath that, and then to build the side struts here, we're going to grab the polished andesite stairs. We'll place a polished andesite upside down stair facing in towards the center from that cobblestone wall right there. Next, we'll place a polished andesite half slab on top of that. And then for the forward strut first right here, we'll come diagonally forwards with a half slab right there, and a top slab on top right there. For the locked strut, we'll grab an iron bar right here and place one of those going out from that polished andesite full block right there. Then we'll place a temporary block on either side of that polished andesite stair right there, and we'll place a stone button on the sides right here, and paste that over to finish off the joint connections, and paste over like so. One last thing right here. Beside this polished andesite full block, underneath that diorite slab right there, or diorite full block, we're going to place a jungle trapdoor right there. And we're actually going to want to make sure that this closes against the quartz top slab right there. This will be for a very small section of the main gear door that closes against the side right here, separating out from the rest of the gear door, which we'll build later right here. Otherwise, once we have that, building the rear side strut is very similar. So back from that polished andesite slab right there, one more diagonally, then one on top. This time, since we have the space to work with without that bit of the gear door right there, we'll place another stone button on the side there to finish off the joint connection. Then an iron bar going out from that right there for the lock strut. For the last bit of the strut connection in here, between these two polished andesite full blocks, we're going to place an iron bar right there. And then, if you have access to World Edit, we can finish off this connection with the lock springs there a little bit more nicely by placing 3 of these in a row and one out from that right there. We'll grab that center one with World Edit and clear out all of those, and then paste that over right there. So, with the struts all in place there, well, let's work our way down here with the bogey. So, well, let's grab the mossy stone brick wall. We'll place one of these directly beneath the cobblestone wall right there. In default, just use a stone brick instead for that one. Then under this here, speaking of stone brick, we're going to have a stone brick top slab, like so, with one more going forwards and backwards from it right here. Next, forwards from that stone wall right there, we're going to place an upside-down stone brick stair facing forwards, like this. Behind this here, we have an iron bar right there. And then on top of that iron bar, an iron trapdoor, like so. then for the last bit of shock strut connection with the bogey here, on top of that stair, we're going to place a lever flipped facing backwards, connecting with the central shock strut right there. And then for the last bit of joint detailing, we can place a temporary block out to either side of the center block of the three, top slabs that is. We'll place a stone button on the outside there, grab the replace tool, select the stone button, and paste over. And stone button here, and paste over. That'll just finish off the joint there with the central strut, like so. Next, we'll grab the nether brick stairs, and we'll place in the wheels here. So we've got 4 wheels on the 767's gear, 2 pairs each. So from the rear top slab right here, we're going to place an upside down stair facing forwards, regular stair on top, then an upside down stair on the bottom here, facing, well, going back from that, facing backwards, and then a regular stair on top, making a circle looking just like this. We'll repeat this on both sides, and both on the front and the back right here. So an upside down stair facing backwards this time right there, connected to that top slab, regular stair on top, and then 2 stairs right there. So you should get a wheel assembly looking just like that. And then lastly, we'll put in the gear door from the underside of the wing right there. So for this, let's see, next to that cobblestone full block right there, we're going to knock out this smooth stone top slab right there. We'll replace that with a smooth stone full block. And then this stone brick top slab forwards from that smooth stone full block right there is also going to be replaced with a smooth stone full block. Next we have a row of 2 underneath that right there, making a 2x2 box. And underneath that forward block right there, we have a smooth sandstone upside down stair facing forwards right there. And then behind this, just 1 more smooth stone full block. Next we have a top slab behind that right there. And then up from this, behind that exposed single block right there, we have a dead tube coral fan, which in the Aeroteam pack here is a smooth stone vertical slab. I can't remember if we've used that one already yet on this build or not. But if you're in default, you can just use another stair right there instead for kind of the same curvature. But this vertical slab makes it the much cleaner 90-degree angle that the real gear door has right there. So then for the forward edge of this curvature here, in front of that smooth stone full block exposed on the same row right there, we just have a regular stair right there, facing forwards for that angled curvature there. Then lastly, up at the top right here, where we have those 2 smooth stone full blocks, we're going to place 2 dead tube coral fans right there, up against that. So interestingly enough, with the 767's gear doors, we have this much larger panel right here that rotates out from the base of the wing root, and this smaller panel right there at the very joint of the strut connection that rotates outwards here and kind of overlaps with the larger panel when it's opened like this. But once we have that, there's just one last thing we can do for the gear here. If you'd like to use some more World Edit tricks, we can grab the cobblestone wall. We'll place 3 of these horizontally with the aircraft like this, and then 1 above the center right there. So we have the 2 side connections with the pillar connection in the center. We'll grab that with the replace tool, and then paste that over that cobblestone full block right there. So it connects to both the gear door and the shock strut right there, while also connecting up to the center shock strut right there. Or I should say the side strut rather, not the shock strut. It should look just like that. But once you have that, that is everything for the main landing gear here. So we'll just do the same thing on the right side of the aircraft. So I'll just fly over to the right gear door right here, and from the forward towards top slab right there, coming out from this, we'll knock that one out. Get some stuff in my inventory here. So we'll replace that one there with a direct full block. Then back from that here, direct top slab. Then this is going to be a smooth stone top slab right there from the top face of the wing. And then behind this right there is just going to be left as that smooth stone full block. Next, going out from this here, that stone brick bottom half slab right there is going to turn it into an upside down stair facing backwards, like this, with 1 and 2 direct top slabs behind it. Out from that rear one right there, this smooth stone top slab out right there is going to get replaced with a cobblestone full block, which we'll start the strut from in a second. And then forwards from this here, that stone brick top slab, smooth stone, not stone brick, is going to be a direct top slab right there. Then with the stone stairs, we have one of those upside down underneath the cobblestone full block facing in towards the center of the aircraft, with a cobblestone wall underneath it. And behind this cobblestone full block right there, that stone brick top slab will also, I said stone brick again, smooth stone top slab will be a diorite top slab, like so. And then lastly, to carve all this space out here, that smooth stone bottom half slab right there, said it correctly this time, is going to just turn into a single top slab right there, which we can't fully replace there because it is still exposed from the top surface of the wing. So then we can just do the same thing with the side struts here. So with the polished andesite. We have an upside-down polished andesite stair facing in towards the center of the aircraft right there, half slab on top of it, then a half slab diagonal, and a top slab on top of it right there to turn it into a full block with the slab connection through the center there. Then, with a temporary block of any kind, which I threw away my smooth stone for some reason, we'll place a temporary block out to either side of that polished andesite stair right there, with a stone button on both sides for the joint connection. Right there. Throw that all away, and then we have an iron bar coming out from both of those polished andesite full blocks right there. Right here on the front of the front edge of the aircraft, we'll place a jungle trapdoor right there, closed against the inside of the aircraft, for that smaller tab of the gear door in there. And then in the center right there, we have that iron bar connection between those two full blocks, which we can again use the World Edit trick with the outwards connection right there. And then on the rear face of that polished andesite full block right there, we have a single button right there. Next, we'll place a stone wall underneath the cobblestone wall right there. Again, the mossy stone brick wall here in the Aeroteam pack. Then a stone brick top slab underneath that wall, with one more backwards and forwards from it right here. On the forward edge, we're going to have an upside-down stone brick stair right there, facing forwards, with a lever flipped facing backwards on top of it. And on the rear face here, an iron bar right there, with an iron trapdoor on top, like so. Next, temporary block out to either side of the center stone brick top slab right there, with the stone button placed in its place there with the World Edit, replace tool that is. There we go. Sorry, my mouse wheel was acting up there for a second, couldn't switch between block materials, whoops. So, then with the nether brick stairs, we have the 2x2 box right there, attached to the edges of the top slabs right there. One wheel on each side on the forward and rear edge of the bogie, like so. Then, for the gear door in here, we'll replace that top slab right there with a smooth stone full block, as well as the stone brick top slab forwards from that right there. Row of 2 underneath. Upside down smooth stone stair facing forwards right there. Smooth stone full block behind. Top slab behind that right there. Then the vertical slab on the rear face of that block. And a regular stair facing forwards from that smooth stone full block right there. And then 2 dead tube coral fans out to either side, well, not either side, out to the outside of those 2 smooth stone full blocks on top right there. And lastly, with World Edit here, for that cobblestone wall, 3 of these aligned horizontally with each other like this, and 1 more on top for the wall connection in the center. Select that, and then paste over that wall right there. And with that, that is everything for the landing gear of the 767, and this aircraft is done. So, congratulations on completing the Boeing 767-300ER. Thank you so much for choosing an Aeroteam design. We hope that you enjoyed building it, and we hope that you enjoy having it as a prototype project you are using this for. Do feel free to use this in any kind of publicly available project you like, given that you, of course, provide proper credit to the Aeroteam for these designs. So, if you have built this aircraft, let us know. We'd love to see how you're using our designs. A link to our Discord server is in the video description below. Feel free to drop on in and show us what you've done. If you enjoyed, please do consider subscribing to the Aeroteam channel to be the first to see our new aircraft when they come out. Make sure to have a look through the 1.5:1 scale playlist on the channel as well for more builds in this scale to see if there's anything else that catches your interest. Anyways, that is just about it. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.